by Tribe. Here we go. All right, what is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. I'm your host, Richie Rich.
And this is Chang. Guess who's back? Back again.
We starting already. Huh?
Yes.
Early in the morning, we starting.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Chang is back, and I'm happy that she's back. You know, it's nothing like having your sidekick or your right hand man.
You're Robin.
Yeah, you're Robin to my Batman.
Yeah.
And all of that. So welcome, Richie Rich Abroad. Glad you guys are joining us. We got 9 in the house right now. So let's see who's here. You know, Slick Rick is in the house. What's up, Slick Rick? I'm in the house, of course. Ching's here.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Welcome
What's up? What's
to the
going
house.
on? Yeah, what's good? Okay.
I know.
All right, but anyway, Ching, go ahead, do your thing. Get us started.
Yeah, so today is our live stream once again, and we are going to remind everybody to don't forget to hit that thumbs up button all your way in, and don't forget to leave your comments below. If you want to call in, don't forget that this is a call-in live stream. Just dial the number 415-490-8030, and if you're outside the US or Canada, just add +1 to your number. Is that too fast?
No, I think that was fine.
Okay. And of course, before we start, we are not soliciting or not requesting any super chats.
But we'll take them. We'll take them. We'll happily take them. And seriously, we're never gonna. I won't say never solicit, because we do have a couple of what do you call this, charity events that we're gonna do, and it would be great if anybody is open to sponsoring those. But that's later on. But as far as right now, we don't solicit anything. But we are always happy for anybody to support our channel with a super chat or a super sticker. Is it? So okay, all right.
Whatever's super, it's still super. Thank you.
That's what it is. And last but not least, we have a moderator. Slick Rick is in the house. If you say anything, if you attack anybody or attack us, you're welcome to your opinions. Even if they're opposite of ours, even if you don't agree with us, you are welcome to say that. Say it.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. Just don't attack people. Don't call people names. You don't have to do that. We're all adults here. We know how to agree to disagree. If you can't do that, you will be removed from the chat. Yeah. We want everybody to feel comfortable coming in here, being able to say whatever they want to say, as long as it is polite, as long as it's respectful. That's it.
That's right.
All right, Ching, go ahead. What's our topic for today?
Our topic for today is very interesting. It's about intimacy, expectations, and compatibility. What to expect as a foreign man when you come here to the Philippines?
What do you expect when you come here to the Philippines? All right, so gentlemen, if you have a take, if you've been to the Philippines, drop your, I was gonna say drop your load. Don't drop your load. Give us your take. Let us know what you think. What did you expect when you arrived in the Philippines? Did the Philippines meet your expectations? If you haven't been to the Philippines, what do you expect when you come here? Ladan, in our last interview, said he kind of expected, women to just dive at his feet, and he's just going to be able to eeny, meeny, and just choose a woman. But it doesn't necessarily always work that way. What's your expectation? What do you expect when you come here to the Philippines?
Okay. So before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our subscribers or YouTube family who just got in. So we have LaQuay Rose.
What's up, LaQuay?
Hello, LaQuay. Thank you for joining us. Tiger Ronnie, good morning.
I'm crazy.
You're like me,
yeah, I'm crazy this morning, right?
Mike T is in the house.
Mike T, what's going on with you, bro?
And break dancer Kiyoshi. Hey, break dancer.
What's up, Bria? What's up, break dancer? That's a new name.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome to the channel.
When are you guys having kids? Wow, that's it.
Hopefully not soon. Hopefully not soon.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll say this: we would have some beautiful babies. Look, come on, man. We would have some beautiful babies. Yeah. But hopefully not soon. Hopefully no time soon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
All right.
let's get it started. So first of all, I want to ask you, when you meet a foreigner, I don't know how many foreigners you actually met before me. Have face to face.
Face to face. Okay, fair enough.
How many foreign dudes did you meet before you met me?
I think you're the two. One before you.
Okay, face to face.
Face to face.
Okay,
and then the
like
others,
a dude that you liked or that you were interested in.
Not interested.
Okay, you just met a foreigner.
Met a guy.
All right, so what was your expectation? Did you feel nervous? What was your expectation of like meeting a foreigner? Did you have like some kind of?
Okay, right. I'll just have a little quick story. You're the first one that I met face to face, and then after you, I met another guy because we were in this talking stage, and then another guy.
This is new stuff. You never told me this. Go ahead, continue.
We are in the talking stage, and then you gave me some kind of tips already. You gave me tips on what to do, where should a guy touch you, and it was really helpful for me. And then when I was so my mind is so cautious about where is he going to touch me, because Rich told me blah 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 X Y and Z. So he kind of touched me in the places where you shouldn't touch me.
I think you did kind of tell me this before.
I told you that.
I think you did.
And I told him that he's inviting me to go.
Wait, what places?
Huh?
What places did he touch you?
It's above the knee. It's supposed to be like the knee level or
right.
But he touched me here in the thigh. Thigh area. Okay, so
yeah, he's trying to get a reaction.
And then after that, he asked permission. Can I hold your hand? I don't think so.
Right. I think you did tell me.
Yeah, I did told you that. And then I also mentioned that he invited me to go to his condo to get some coffee. And I said, no,
we can go to Starbucks.
Yeah, let's take some coffee here. No, I'm okay.
Get some from Starbucks. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm expecting, I wasn't really scared because you set the expectation high already. So when I met you, I'm expecting that the other guys would be doing the same thing as well.
Right,
very courteous, very respectful. You have some boundaries, not a lot of touching, and all that.
Do you
remember how we parted ways? We shugged.
We shugged. Yeah. Do you remember how touchy I was when we first met?
Huh?
You remember how touchy I was when we first met?
Yeah, you read my palm.
That was it. That was it. That's my go-to move.
I know.
Never fails. Right?
Yeah.
I've been trying for years. Let me look at your palm, baby. I got you. Ooh, for real? Word? Right, yeah. Oh, what? Tell me what? That's my end. That's it. The game is over. Right.
Yeah. So?
Okay. All right. Breakdancer said when foreigners download Tinder, they get lots of matches.
Can you show it, honey?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Got you. Thank you. When foreigners download Tinder, they get lots of matches compared to America, in which you barely get matches. So it's hard to talk to modern females in America. They have high expectations. You got that right, bro. I absolutely agree with you. I think
the big difference is that people here will like swarm you like these women in the app. I
don't think on Tinder they do, but I think on the other apps they definitely do. No question. You'll get swarmed so much that you have to like I had to shut my thing down for like a while because there were so many responses. Yeah, it gets overwhelmed. But most of them are trying to get into your pocket. Just a word of advice. Most of them, 9 out of 10 of them, if not higher, 9.5 out of 10 of them are just trying to get into your pockets, and it's a numbers game for them. But on Tinder, I don't think it's nearly as bad. But on Tinder, it's still pretty bad.
I think
it's still pretty bad.
I think Tinder in my mind has a reputation of being like a hookup app.
It is, but I got some Tinder tips. I got some Tinder tips for you guys. If you're looking to hook up, if you're just looking to hook up, use Tinder. But Tinder has kind of evolved. It has evolved, and I'll give them credit for this because they have different categories now.
Oh,
they got
just
the categories.
Bumble.
I don't know, but Tinder has the categories like let's meet tonight, which come on, you know what that's about, right? Then they got the categories long-term, like long-term relationship, or short-term, or like things, hobbies, like things you have in common, like going hiking or something like that.
Got it.
So they kind of got the categories as to what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a long-term relationship, you go into that category where women are looking to the long-term relationship. However, let me give you guys some tips. I'm put you up on game. If you meet women online that say they're what do they say? Still, what is it? Not sure, or
It's complicated.
no. Where they say I'm still not sure what I want. Something like that. I can't remember what it's called. I'm still not sure what I want. Ignore that. That just means that's a nice way of saying they're looking for money. They're looking for a sugar daddy, and they don't want to come out and say it. If you find the category that says long term, but willing for short term, but willing for a short term, that's the same thing. Same thing as just sign language for saying that they're looking for a short term thing, and they're okay with you being a sugar daddy and you taking them places and buying them stuff. If you're really looking for long term, stay in the long term category on Tinder. That simple. Because those women that are literally looking for only long term, they're not willing to settle for anything else. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It just means you have a better chance of finding a match. That's my Tinder tip.
Yeah, but still, a lot of women would still go to all the categories. They tend to go to all the categories. That's what I heard from you.
The categories?
Category.
Yeah, I'm sure they're like, what did she say?
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of women would go to all the categories to, the more categories you have, then the more fish you'll get.
Probably so. But I think that's a good cue to help people. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, stay in long-term relationship on Tinder. That's all. It is a hookup app. We all know that. But if you're trying to hook up, there's other categories for hookups. But if you're looking for something long-term, stay in the long-term. Don't do the short-term thing, and don't do the I'm not sure. Or I can't remember what it's called, but it's something like I'm not sure, or something like that. Anyway, if you guys know what I'm talking about, there's a category where it'll say, something like I'm not sure what I want, or I haven't, still figuring it out. That's what it's called. Still figuring it out. Yeah, that's the category. Anyway, okay. All right, let's move on.
All right. So, David 008.
What's up, David? What's up, fam?
How's everyone doing? We're doing good.
All right. Troy Coates in the house. What's up, Troy?
Thank you for joining us. Again, don't forget to hit the like button or the thumbs up. Definitely. If you just got into our live stream, and don't forget that this is a call-in live stream. Don't forget to dial the number. It's 415. I forgot.
I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
It's 415-490-8030.
Call in anytime. Give us your take. You're welcome. Always welcome to call and give us your take. And look, we even have it. We did one step better. If you want a video, if you want to mic up, cam up, you can mic up and cam up. Give us your take. Let us know. Tell us, what did you expect when you came to the Philippines? Did it meet your expectations? Did it exceed your expectations when you came to the Philippines? Were there any? Did you have anything like a woman show up with a suitcase like LaDan did? Right. Give us a call. Hit us with the. You can cam up and mic up and join us, or you can just give us a call. All right, let's get back to the comments.
Yes.
And where were we? I know we were on Chosen One. Yes. So what's up, Chosen One?
Hello, Chosen One.
What's happening, brother?
Thank you for joining us. And Chosen One said, meeting someone online is whack. I haven't done that in 15 years.
I think years ago, it was kind of like a thing where it was almost kind of frowned upon and looked down. People like, what? I think now it's the way to do it.
I think it started during the pandemic.
I think it really took off during it. Didn't. I don't think it started, but it took off during the pandemic. I just think it got much bigger and much more common during the pandemic, right? But Chosen One said, just go to the country. Just go to the country. They're there and waiting. I agree with that. But I think you got to know where to go. I really think you got to know where to go. People say go to the mall, and but I think the lurkers are at the mall.
Yes,
I think the lurkers
now.
They're at the mall. They're looking for foreigners. They're lurking around looking for foreigners, and so I don't know, but I do think if you go to the mall and you kind of look at some of the women who work at the mall, you might not have a long time to talk to them because they're working. But if you hit them with the, hey, can you tell me where Watson's is, or can you tell me where Mercury is, or something like that, and then you're really pretty. Hey, can I get your phone number, or can I get your WhatsApp? Like that. That's the move at the mall. That's how you get down at the mall. the workers because they're already vetted,
Mm.
right? They're already vetted because if you work at the mall, you got to have what?
NBI clearance.
Yeah, you got to have NBI
police
clearance.
clearance.
You got to have police clearance. You have to have a damn
health certificate.
a health certificate, a college degree, right?
Not really, but at least college level.
College
or
level,
high
something.
school
Yeah,
graduate.
yeah. So
Senior
they're
high
partially
school.
already vetted for you if they work at the mall. That's all I'm saying, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Philip Brewer's in the house. Philip, what's going on with you? You know I'm going to ask you how you doing, how you
How are you
feeling. You know I'm
doing?
praying
Yeah.
for you, brother.
Mhm.
Right? Philip said the truth here is
That just because it plugs in doesn't mean it works or will last. Find someone with quality and compatibility, the results will be much better.
I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
And I think you can do that either. I think you can definitely do that organically and you can do that online.
Mm.
I don't think either one of them are guaranteed. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
nothing is
Yeah.
guaranteed.
I just
It's
think-
still up to you. It's still up to you to do the vetting.
Yeah.
Because whenever, even if that woman, let's say for example, you mentioned a woman in the mall, even if that woman is working at the mall, let's say cleared from all the police clearance and all that, you still need to vet the character. It doesn't guarantee
Right,
the
right.
character of that
None of
person.
that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And my other problem with doing the organic thing here, I mean, in theory is great, but so many people are self-conscious about their English,
yes,
right? The
absolutely.
lurkers
Are
are
very-
not self-conscious about their English because that's why they're lurking.
Mhm.
Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah. I remember one comment from Raul from Please Act Right. He
Mhm,
mentioned that when he was walking at Ayala Malls in Cebu,
Right.
women are like walking and then approaching him if he wants a companion.
Right.
You know, they
Right.
wouldn't
The
be
lurkers,
shy.
yeah, the lurkers are not shy. And that's my problem with the organic thing is that if you find someone who speaks really good English, that is the kind of the person you sometimes need to watch out for.
And remember, here in the Philippines, women will not approach you first.
Nah. The women who approach you first, those are the ones you don't want. Those are not the long-term ones. Definitely, because that means they've done that before, and they've done it enough to where they're not shy about it at all.
Yes.
And that means they have a lot of experience and they know that game.
Yeah, and the women here are very shy, so they wouldn't approach you on the first interaction.
Definitely. All right. All right. So breakdance. I'm just gonna call it breakdance. Right? I know.
Break
Right,
it down.
No, okay. Anyway, how long have you guys been dating? The answer is Shane. Go
2
ahead.
years.
All right.
And change.
So and don't get all funky with him. He's new to the channel.
Hi,
so he doesn't.
it's
So
2
he doesn't.
years and change.
Yeah. Give him he wants to know. Breakdance want to know.
Okay,
Yeah, so.
break dance. I'm gonna break it down to you.
Yeah.
It's 2 years and change.
2 years and some change. Yeah. About 3 good months of it. Of that 2 years, about 3 good months.
Ay, grabe.
Yeah.
We started good. And
2 years and a little bit of change, actually.
let's say interesting journey.
Some interesting times, during that 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Frank, what's up with you, brother? Good morning.
Good
Or
morning.
good evening to you.
So Frank Ali said, the Filipinos you meet online are talking to other men at the
No
same
doubt.
time. It's called keeping your options open, and let's face it, guys, do the same.
Absolutely. Right? Collect and select.
select.
Yeah, collect and select.
I mean, women can also do the same thing, but the difference is that a lot of women would simply blurt out those I love yous right off the bat, real quick. Yeah, so you have to tell the difference between who's serious from who's not.
And that's the deal too, because a lot of women they're collecting a whole bunch of dudes and they're trying to extract money from them. Some of the dudes will give them money, and then but what is their motivation to get rid of the dudes who have already given them money? You might be a better catch, but why would they get rid of the dude who's already given them money?
Of course they won't.
Right, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You be careful of what she's saying. You'll know. I mean, if you, I don't know, you might want to. Hey, can I see your phone? Let me see. Oh, let me check out your phone. Let me, And
if she's
I'm
hesitant,
just saying. If she don't want you to see, in my mind, I think you would be like, oh, cool, cool. If you wouldn't if you're really genuinely interested in the dude, you would just be like, here, check it out. I'm cool with it.
And you'll be like confident to just place the phone facing up.
Exactly.
And just let the guy see. And if you don't have anything to hide, I think you don't have to be scared or,
Believe me, dude. Believe me, y'all. The women are talking to multiple men. Just understand that it's a numbers game. It's like sales. It's just like sales. It's a numbers game for a lot of these women. And I'm not saying all of them are bad or any of them are bad. They're just doing the same. They're trying to collect and select.
Just like what men do.
But for them, I think a lot of their selection has to do with who's willing to give them money.
Right.
Right. That's what we're looking, or some of us are looking for, that long-term woman. But a lot of them are looking for who's willing to support them, who's willing to give them money. And so even if you're here, just be aware that they might have multiple dudes on the side.
So is it safe to say that the selection process of the women is different?
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. That's why I say, if you come here and you start seeing somebody and she disappears, she disappears for a day or 2 days, she's cut. She needs to be cut immediately from the team. She didn't make the squad. She doesn't have a shot at the title anymore, because any woman who genuinely likes you will never, there is no reason for her to disappear. If she genuinely likes you, she's going to call you on her break at work. I mean, not call you, but she's going to message you during her break at work. She's going to give you the whole lowdown of her whole day. Oh, just arrived at work. Oh, I'm on my break. Oh, I'm getting off work. Oh, I'm on the way home. She's going to literally give you the whole lowdown. Trust me, there is no reason, unless she's in the hospital on her deathbed or somebody, even her grandmama in the hospital, she'll still message you and say, oh, my mom's in the hospital. I'm here. She might send pictures. There's no reason for her to disappear. And if she does, she should be cut immediately. That tells you she is up to no good. That is a good tip. That's a legit
Absolutely.
tip.
I agree with you.
All right. What else we got? Philip in the house.
Philip.
You all right? You've been taking drugs? All right.
Yeah, so Richie, post the cam link up on the chat so people can click on it. I think
here, let me
yeah.
I'll post it up here.
In the comments.
Yeah,
it's way up there.
It's right
in
here,
the chat.
right? No, that's not it.
It's way up.
Oh,
you're the first person to comment in this live stream, remember? So I think we have.
But I made a banner. I got it.
Okay.
But there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's the link. There's the link right there. But I think also the first thing here, you can repost it, right?
Yeah.
Repost it. And if you want to copy it, Ching is going to repost it, or Slick Rick can copy it and put it in there. Slick Rick is the very first comment in the live stream.
Yeah.
It's the very first comment. So if you can just keep copying it and reposting it intermittently.
Yep.
So there it is right there. And then, okay, we'll get back to the comments.
Okay. I'll just focus on this one, and
right.
If you don't mind.
Yes, like that's why he's there, right?
All right.
Okay. He's on top. He's
all
on
right.
top of it. Right.
Okay.
All right. So Isaac is in the house. What's going on, Isaac?
Hello, Isaac. Good morning.
What's going on with you and Miss Tess? I know I saw your message. You're missing being here. We're anxiously awaiting for you to come back and have dinner again. We had a good time last time with you and Miss Tess.
Yes. And Naps. Hello, Naps.
Napoleon is in the house. What's going on, Naps?
Yeah, the suitcase sounds interesting.
Yes.
Is that a Tinder category?
Yes.
Hey, you mentioned it prior, so people are commenting on it. You mentioned it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Does that?
No, it doesn't make the bet, because
so it eliminates the bets off them.
The
right?
bet's off.
Okay, so all right. So we had a bet that Ching would have to do a certain thing. We won't say if someone mentioned the suitcase in the live stream, that Ching would have to do a certain thing. And if nobody mentioned the suitcase, then I would have to do a certain thing. So somebody made a comment with the suitcase. I thought I won the bet, but I didn't realize that I mentioned the suitcase.
Yeah, you mentioned it prior.
Fair enough. Okay, fine. That was, I was like, I knew somebody would have said something. Right.
Yeah, but anyway, that's, the first time I heard it from Ladan, I was shocked. He said, I'm shocked. Well, I'm shocked as well.
Yeah.
Like hearing someone, I think that's,
not
I didn't think that it was common, because it's not a common thing to do. But bringing your suitcase, meaning that on the back of her mind, she already knew what she's going to do.
Yeah, she's willing to exchange some things for some things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, none of that shocks me. Nothing. I don't think anything shocks me anymore out here. It's just kind of like how I got to be in China. After 5 years, I would hear stories, and none of it shocked me anymore. It just, as they said there, this is China. That was the common saying, this is China. Right? Okay. All right.
Hello, Maurice O'Brien.
What's going on, Mo? What's going on with you, brother?
Thank you for joining us. And if you just got into your live stream, don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in. Drop a comment and call into our live
You're
stream.
doing Slick Rick's job.
Huh?
He does that all the time.
It's okay.
He's got
You
us.
know,
Look.
yeah, I appreciate that Slick Rick is doing on the chat, but it's also
Okay,
important
all right.
that
Yeah,
they
just-
hear it. You
you're
know,
cool.
some are,
They just need to hear it.
yeah,
Okay.
because
We got you.
we have multiple learning styles. So David 008, depends on the people. If you're doing it right, going to find good places to meet.
Yeah, I think it does depend on the people. It depends on what you're looking for.
So I think it just like what you were saying. If you go,
Go ahead.
forgot what I'm going to say. You first. I'll think about what I'm going to say.
Okay, I have. David said it depends on the people if you're doing it right. I got tip number 2. Tip number 2, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean it with sincerity. I think as dudes, we get sucked into the fantasy. Keep thinking about what you wanted to say. We get sucked into the fantasy. So we go online. Some dudes go online and they see the girls who are dressed in bikinis and with boobies popping out and ass popping out, and she's looking hot, and that's the girl you swipe right on. But guess what? She's thirst trapping. She's trying to get you to swipe right. That's what she wants because she's thirst trapping. And she looks good just like the women at home. She looks good and all that. And then you swipe right, you have good conversation, and then she hits you for money. But dude, what did you expect? Is the woman you really want the woman who's on there in her bikini, lying on the bed, doing all of this and doing all of that? Is that the woman you're really wanting to have a long-term relationship? I promise every man in this live stream this. The woman who shows little skin, the woman who isn't pierced or tied up, she's going to give you the same exact thing that woman who's in the bikini does, the same woman who's in her underwear, or the conservative woman is going to give you the same thing. Point is, get out of the fantasy. If you're looking for long-term, choose like you're looking for long-term. That's the point. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got it now? You remember?
Yeah.
Having an old woman moment?
Yes. And let me just add to what you said. If you're going to look for a woman, it depends on the place where you're going. So if you're going to tourist flooded areas, so that means that the women there are lurkers or really watching or waiting for you to come in.
Yeah, they're lurking. They know what they're doing. They're there for a reason.
So maybe I would suggest to avoid looking for a woman in the crowded places or tourist destinations unless you're looking for that kind of woman.
Exactly. Okay.
So, yeah. So, okay. So, Morris or Brian, hi everyone. Hope all had a great week.
Okay.
And Philip Brewer said, I am doing well and my recovery is getting better every day. Love you both and I appreciate all the
Still praying
prayers.
for you,
Yes.
Still praying for you.
Okay? As long when you get to that 100%, then we're very happy.
Yeah, and we got to start praying for somebody else after that, bro. Just kidding. Hey, but look, the last person I prayed for, we ain't gonna mention no names, but the last person I prayed for got better, but things didn't
recovered.
turn out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but at least he recovered.
Yeah, he did recover. He did recover. So, all right.
Okay. Frank Ellie said, online dating is the preferred way to date nowadays because of the internet.
It's easier and more access to more women.
And I think it is, for starters, I think that's a great way to start, especially when you're still back in the US and you're planning to go somewhere. At least build that connection at least 1 to 2 weeks before you arrive to the Philippines, for example. So at least you know someone already and you're preparing to meet already.
Yeah, you're collecting, and you kind of, by the time you get here or before you get here, you've kind of narrowed it down to the women that you want to meet or that you would like to meet. I think that's the best call.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, because look, if you're only here for 2 weeks, time is of the essence. If you're trying to meet people, so in my opinion, I think you just kind of want to meet as many people as possible before you even get here, and that way you can kind of, you can narrow it down, talk to them, have some dates or whatever, and then you can be like, okay, I'm cool with you, and you. let's focus right here.
Yeah. So just focus on the women you would like to meet in person.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember like Ladon mentioned he was like on a third date already during his first
Yeah, in
meet.
7 days, right? The brother was moving, right?
I know, right? But I don't blame him
Yeah.
because he's not wasting his time. He's
Exactly.
meeting people organically or no,
3
not,
dates in 7 days.
Yeah.
How do you do that? He got off the plane on a date, right?
Yeah. Chosen One said, I don't do online. I showed up in Angeles City 9 years ago, not knowing anybody. I met the most beautiful Filipino within 2 weeks and we're
Wow.
still together.
Now, Chosen One, I want to ask you a legit question. Now, do you think that's the exception or the rule? Because you said you showed up in Angeles City, and Angeles City has X reputation. Is that the exception of the rule? And I never want to say something can't happen if you do it this way, but I do always want to let people know the real deal. And in my opinion, that would be your case would be the exception. Now I'm happy it happened that way. I'm super happy you're happy. You know, in China they always say 如果你很开心我很开心, right? I mean, if you're happy, then I'm happy too.
Yep.
But would you say, I mean, being real, would you say that's the exception or that is the rule? Just wanting your opinion on that. Okay?
Yep.
All
right. So moving on. Isaac said, if you want a thicker Western build, the female security guards at the mall are the.
Isaac, that's legit. That's legit. Those security guards, they don't have the skinny ones, right? They're always thick. I mean, if you come from the South, maybe, and you like those thick girls, the security guards at the malls, that's legit. That's good. That's a good call. That is definitely a good call, right? Okay. All right. Let's see. Next comment.
A breakdancer said, any chance you can collab with Sunshine Shoulders? I think you two would do a great video together.
Break dance. Me and Sunshine Shoulders, we've talked, and we're gonna work that out. He actually volunteered to come onto our channel. We just haven't worked it out yet, but I think that's gonna happen in the near future. We've chatted online a couple times, and he's cool people. I like him. A little controversial, but I like his takes. I have mad respect for him because the man keeps it real and he doesn't care if people agree with him or disagree. Neither do I really, but he's going to say what he's going to say, period. And he doesn't care about hurting people's feelings. I kind of do care about people's feelings. I don't want to, I'm not trying to cause a funk. Not that he is, but I'm just saying, yeah, he just does not care. And I respect that about him, right?
That's right. So Philip Brewer said, Chang, what is your favorite meal to prepare for Rich?
What is
number one?
I know what you're going to say. Because you know what? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, number one is Shanghai. The other one is chicken curry.
That's what
I from time to time, I make him a fresh batch of salad because he needs vegetables.
I don't know about that last salad. I think that last salad is what gave me the...
but it's not... Maybe it's because of the vegetables.
It was the lettuce.
The lettuce. But anyway, I like cooking for him.
My baby knows what I like, and she makes it well.
Yeah,
actually, I still think her mama makes it. She just makes it over.
No, I make it because my mom said, it's mom approved now because she said that the way I do things is the same thing that she does things.
Okay. It's as good as your mama's, whatever the case is. Her mom gets down in the kitchen. Her mom can cook, and Ching's pretty good. Ching's pretty good. I have no complaints. No complaints about your cooking whatsoever.
Thank you, Pop. Chosen One said, Richie is nothing like Sunshine Shoulders. Calvin arrived with the hope and prayer. They're nothing alike.
Nothing alike. First of all, thanks for that, because I'm sure you meant that as a compliment. I don't know. I think the difference is Calvin is a little bit more abrasive. He's a little bit more abrasive, and that's his personality. And for me, I kind of find that refreshing a little bit. I'm not abrasive though. I'm on the channel. I'm here to inform. I think we want to be informative. We want to have some fun, be humorous, but we also want to give you guys something, give you guys the real deal, which he also does. I mean, he's not going to sugarcoat it at all. We don't sugarcoat it at all. I think the only difference between us, that brother's big. I mean, he's a really big brother. That difference, and he might be a little bit more abrasive than I am.
Mm.
But I am very direct. I'm not gonna BS you. I ain't gonna BS you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But he just might, yeah. I think that he might be slightly more abrasive, and he's gonna. I've heard him say stuff like, "Oh, that was stupid." To I'm just not. I don't really do that. But I do like his channel. I regularly watch his live streams and I regularly watch his videos.
Yeah,
But there's some differences. I agree.
I think, just if I'm just being an observer, I think you deliver things differently,
A
but
little, yeah,
you both want to be direct with your viewers.
and
You
real.
and real with
Mhm.
your viewers. I think that's something that you have in common, and I think it's just the mode of delivery.
I agree with that.
And people, like for example, our audience may, or the audience in general, may have different ways of receiving it, just like we were talking about the tone of the the
Yeah.
message is the message,
Yeah.
but how you deliver the message is different.
It does, man. But keeping in mind that our audience is 97, 99% men,
Male,
right?
yes.
99% male. So in my opinion, I still want to be just real with the men.
Hmm.
I mean, if we're still sugarcoating with the men, then I don't know what we're really doing. But I want to keep it real. I always want to keep it real because when my hope is that when dudes come here, they have a really good idea of what to expect. That's what I want. I want dudes to come here, have a good time, meet a good woman because they know how to vet. They know what to look for. They know what not to look for, and that they're going to be able to find a woman and live happily ever after, right off into the sunset and all of that stuff. That's my goal. When I hear the good stories, I love that. I love that. So I'm not trying to feed you a whole bunch of BS about how great the Philippines is as paradise. It is to me, but it may not be to you. I think the Philippines is what you make it.
Yes, agree.
So, but I think a lot of dudes come here and they have the wrong ideas about the Philippines. They lead with money, and so they get the result. They get the same result that most of the other cats got, and that's what I'm trying to. That's what I hope people in the future don't do.
Yeah, we want you to avoid. We're telling you exactly what you need to avoid doing.
We're giving it to you. The rest is up to you, right?
Yes.
But look, let's before we move forward, I always want to acknowledge this. Remember where we are, right? We're here.
921. 920 chosen.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's make sure we recognize the super chats. So thank you,
The
male
male
perspective.
perspective. Hello. I think so.
Okay,
Hello. Thank you for joining us on our live stream all the way from Sacramento, California.
Sacktown is in the house.
I love your channel. My Filipino wife and I just got married this past May. Congratulations. It took me 6 times vetting women before I met my wife.
Sacktown perspective. You know what? You got the number. You got the number. Call in. I would if it took you 6 times. And I'm just saying. I would love to hear your story. I would love to hear, how you got to where you finally got. How you finally came out ahead and you won. So if you want, call in. Slick Brick will put the number up, or you can put the number up, and definitely call in. And I would love to hear your story and how you finally came around and started vetting and got it right. So
Okay.
But congratulations to you for getting married.
Yeah. So maybe we can finish up all the super chats and then we can post the banner later.
Absolutely.
All right. So Mr. Thank you so much for your
suitcases.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thanks, bro. We appreciate you.
Have me and had us in stitches, Mr. Next, Rusty Dreams. Hello. Thank you for joining us in Cebu City. Or a local church better to meet women? I think women, or the countryside for African American men.
I don't think it matters. I honestly don't think it matters, bro. I think I don't think if you go to a church, I think you should do pretty well. I mean, no matter where you're at, I think you should do pretty well. Look, the women are open with the internet. One of the good things about the internet is that it opened a lot of eyes to a lot of different things. And so I do think, like LaDan said, I don't think there's an issue with the mass majority of the women. I don't think the color is an issue thing anymore. I really don't think it is. Now, do women prefer white dudes? Probably still. I would say, in truth, they still probably prefer white dudes, but there are plenty, and I do mean plenty of women that are more than open to date a black man, whether he's from America or from a country in Africa or wherever. So I don't think it matters whether it's a church or not. The color is not going to matter, but a
Yeah.
church is a good place.
Yes, it's a good place to start. You'll get decent Filipinas, or maybe even conservative Filipinas.
Mm.
But again, the place doesn't matter as long as
You
you
got to vet.
you bet.
You got to vet, bro.
Yeah.
I've heard stories where people have met in the church and she still got him for his money. You still got to vet, bro. Ask the right questions. If she gets mad at you for asking the right questions, she ain't the right one. She's not the one. The right one is willing to answer those questions because she's in it to win it. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Next.
All right. Thank you so much, Philip Brewer, for your super sticker.
We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you.
As well as Tiger Ronnie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiger. We appreciate you.
Yep. And we have Rusty Dreams. Cheng collab with Filipina P. It would be awesome.
She's still I think she's still in the U.S., still in Florida.
It would be an honor to collab with her, or just mentioning my name in one way.
It would be cool. I agree. That would be cool. And just to go back to the Sunshine Shoulders thing, I'm gonna be real with all you guys. My two inspirations for starting this channel were Sunshine Shoulders and Filipina P. But first it was Filipina P, and then I got hip to Sunshine Shoulders. But they were definitely my inspirations for starting this channel. I've been watching Filipina P since way before I came to the Philippines when I was in the U.S. So she was definitely some inspiration, and I would love to collab with her. I think, or I don't even need. I could be the cameraman. I don't even need to be in the shot. Just I would love for you guys. I think that would be great. I think you guys would have some great talks. P, if you're watching this video, holler at your boy, holler at your girl, like hook us up. Let's go, right? All right.
Yeah, maybe we want to put up the banner for the male perspective so he can call in our live stream.
Okay, let's get the banner in. Boom.
Oh, yep.
All right.
So the male perspective, if you are watching, please don't be shy to dial 415-490-8030, and we would love to hear your story, how you got down to six women.
From six. You dated 6 women and kind of narrowed it down.
Yep.
Yeah, it is hit and miss though. I mean, it's you guys are going to go through a lot of bad ones to get to before you get to a good one. If you get to a good one in the first shot, you are the luckiest bastard on this planet. It just rarely happens that you just get this perfect woman like that. So anyway, all right. So we got our first call of the day. Let's get this call in. All right, and Rich and Ching is on the line. Who's calling? Morris, we love having you. Morris is always our dude.
Regular
Morris is our dude. He always has good takes, but don't be shy. Be like Morris. Call in. Give us what you got, Morris.
I just want to know, is the people, let me get my words right.
Okay.
People attracting or looking for someone online is become more popular. Is it because of the current trends for women, for guys in the West, whereas they approach women, they say hi, and they get these embarrassing responses? So people prefer to do the online thing so they can avoid the embarrassment.
Mm-hmm. I think that's more prevalent in the U.S. Out here, though, a Filipina is not going to embarrass you. She is not going to be, even if she doesn't like you. I've never heard of a Filipino woman being disrespectful, being mean, embarrassing you, or saying something like. Never even heard of it. I've never experienced it, nor have I heard of it. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think the online thing comes because Filipinos have way more access to men online. 10 years ago, every Filipina didn't have her own cell phone and couldn't have online access. Now she has access to hundreds, thousands of men, and I understand they take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I think
I was just kind of curious because a lot of guys, well, I wouldn't say guys, some guys have experienced some very nasty responses from women when they try to approach them because they like them, and that's kind of deter them from even approaching women anymore. So they
Right.
rather do online.
Right. Is that in the Are you talking about in the Philippines or back home, like in the West?
Back in
Yeah, definitely.
And in the US.
Definitely, definitely. And I mean, I think there's an ego thing where a lot of women in the West, they take pride in trying to embarrass you or trying to make you look stupid if they don't think you're good enough looking or if they don't think you fit their qualifications or whatever. And but that's an ego thing, and I think it's sad. It's a sad commentary about where our society is today, that women would want to treat a man like that, regardless of whether she thinks he's attractive or not. So, so I agree with you. I don't think that happens here in the Philippines. I'll go out on a limb and say I've never seen that happen or heard of that happening in the Philippines.
Yeah, if I may add to that, Morris, I think if you greet a Filipina here and she doesn't like you, she may ignore you or she may just laugh and then walk away. So that's normally a reaction from a Filipina. Ignore you, or sometimes they will reciprocate by saying, like, for example, you greeted her good morning, she will say good morning also, but she will walk away because, Filipinas tend to be really, really shy.
Right. But let's clarify that. And even if she does that, it's not that she does it because she's trying to embarrass you.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't know what to say or how to respond.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's not she's trying to embarrass you. Either she's shy, she doesn't know what to say, she doesn't think her English is good enough, or something like that. But it's not because she's trying to embarrass the dude. And I think that's the big difference.
All right. That's interesting.
Right. Cool. Thanks as always, Morris. We love you for calling in, brother. We love you giving it to us. And as always, I always say, brother, don't let this be the last time.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Appreciate you
All
calling,
right. Cool.
Morris.
Thanks, bro.
Bye.
Right. Okay, so all right, so where were we on the
9:20
all right, we're on 9:20. Okay, so we're scrolling it up.
on the live chat. Yeah, but we have some new super chats from. Okay, can you show that? Scroll down first.
I don't think I can scroll anymore, dear.
You can scroll down.
Oh, down?
Down, yes.
But I
Thank
think we're
you,
at
yeah.
9:20.
Yeah, hold on. Let's just acknowledge the
Oh,
new
I got you.
super
I
chat.
got you. I got you. I'm
Okay,
sorry
okay.
about
All right, so we have the big boss is in the house. Wang Dang Sweet Poon Klang, what's up? Thank you so much for the super chat, big boss.
Big boss, we always appreciate you in the house. Dude, there's a couple people that always make me laugh. One of them is Mr. Mister. The other one is Big Boss, and then Fantasy Novel. Always make me laugh, and we always love having you in the house. Okay?
Yes, definitely. Right. Yeah, the live stream or the chats wouldn't be same without.
They would not be the same. Okay, so now.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, there.
Okay, and
yes, you're finished with that.
Okay, so
so what's the vibe, brother? Kamusta kaayo? So, we're fine. We're here. We're good, and it's a little rainy because the rainy season is already officially started. Like,
it came down in
quick.
buckets last night.
I know. He was talking to me about, Americans don't bring umbrella. Oh, raindrops. I'm like,
okay, but ask them. Let's ask the audience. Okay, we'll ask them. Men, if it's sprinkling, if it's drizzling, do you use an umbrella? Right? I know the majority of the dudes are in the U.S. In the West, I don't even care. Do you use an umbrella? What does it take for you to pull out an umbrella and pop the umbrella? We'll ask the men.
Okay.
They're gonna tell you the same exact. I'm not even gonna say what I said. They're gonna tell you the same thing.
All right.
They're gonna tell you the same
I'm just
thing.
gonna give them a quick story.
We'll let them. No, don't tell them yet.
Okay.
Don't tell them yet. Let them answer the question. So guys, let us know what does it take for you to pull out an umbrella and pop that umbrella? Right? Okay. So then you can tell the story. Okay. We'll get a couple comments.
All right. Fair enough.
All right.
So Tiger Ronnie said, "Cut her if you get ghosted for a day."
Done, Tiger.
Yeah. I mean, if she can't respond to you on that specific day, like for example, I went to Cotabato and I don't have signal. Before I move into a specific place, I gave you a heads up that I may not respond to you because I don't have signal where I'm going. So I think, yeah.
Exactly. I agree with that. I agree. Okay. Do we do it that way? Okay, so we got another call, and I think I got this down pat now. Richie Rich and Ching are in the house. Who's calling?
Theo.
Theo, what is happening, my man?
You got my photos.
I didn't get you. Oh, we did. I responded. Did you see? I sent you a message.
I got your response this morning.
Okay, yeah, I sent you a message. Great photos.
I'm still suffering from jet lag, though.
I hear you, bro. It's going to take a few days. By the way, let's get the audience up to speed. This is Theo on the line, and Theo, we chatted a little bit offline. Theo just proposed to his fiance now, and did you guys set a date or anything like that, Theo?
No, we haven't set a date. We haven't set a date yet. I'm trying to get her here to America.
Okay, got you. Okay, we got another caller on the line. If you're calling right now, hang tight, and we're gonna finish this call with Theo, and then we'll get you. Okay. But so Theo, let me ask you. What did it take for you? How was she the first person you met? What did it take for you to get to her and figure out she's the right one for you?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Oh.
A year and a half. Okay. And how many women did? Go ahead. I was going to ask, how many women did you date?
I only met one decent Filipina. The rest of them were always begging for money.
It's always about the money. Right.
Always about the money.
So how did you get to this one? How did you figure out this is the right one for you?
I talked to her, I want to say 3 weeks, and I just waited for that red flag.
Mm-hmm.
She never questioned me about money. But it was always conversations about her and about getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
After about 3 months, I gave up looking for red flags.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
I know she's the one now.
Right.
If I've been to the Philippines twice, this is my second time. I was there back in September.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
She is the one.
And congratulations, Theo. Let us know, how old are you, brother?
63.
63, right? So for you cats out there who are 63 years old, and Theo's not a bad-looking cat on top of that, and so let me just put that out there. But for you cats who are in your late 50s or early 60s or in your 60s period, there's plenty of good women out there for you. You have to vet. You have to vet carefully, and you got to listen to what she's saying and see what she's about.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Absolutely.
Theo. We'll talk to you We'll talk to you a little bit more offline. Let me get to this other caller. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Theo. Thanks for calling. Don't let this be the last time you call, brother.
Oh no, it won't be.
Okay. We'll see you soon. Thanks, bro.
All right, take it easy.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. There we go. Okay, you got Richie Rich and Ching on the line. Who is calling?
This is Chosen One.
Hey, Chosen One.
Hi.
What's going on, bro? Thanks for calling back. We appreciate you calling. We just had Theo on the line, so we couldn't get to you. But give us your piece. What's happening with you?
I would like to say this to everybody. I mean, everybody that's listening in chat. Please do not date online. There's a lot of people that advocate for it, but I'm being honest from the bottom of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Don't date online. It's a scam. It's worthless. Don't do that.
Okay.
If you're gonna come to the Philippines, just come to the Philippines. You will meet somebody.
I agree.
But don't do the online thing.
Okay. What do you say?
That is my warning to you.
Okay, and not that I disagree with you, because I don't know that I disagree with you. I just think it becomes a numbers game. What do you say to guys like Theo and numerous other guys that I met who are married now, who started their relationships online and are married happily for a number of years? How do you respond to that?
Well, no, I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen. I mean, but I mean, to be honest with you, I'll put it to you like this: a lion likes to hunt for his food, right? A lion likes to hunt for his food. If you go online, you can meet hundreds of women. That's not the issue.
The quality.
That's not the issue. But there's more scammers than not. I would advise everybody that's listening to my voice right now, do not date online.
There you heard,
Everybody
it.
is a scammer. And guess what? That Filipina that you think you're talking to, you're not talking to. I promise you that. You're probably talking to some dude from overwhere, whatever. But don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't date online. If you want to meet a Filipina, it's very simple. Come to the Philippines.
Okay.
That's all I want to add to the conversation.
Okay.
That's all I want.
Chosen one. Don't let this be the last time you call in. You know we love your takes, and we appreciate you've been around for a while. We appreciate your comments and all your support. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Chosen One.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
All right.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Bye-bye. You know,
So
he's correct. If you're not sure if you're talking to a Filipina because you may be talking to a Filipino.
Video chat. But shouldn't you video chat? I mean, there's got to be a point where you say, hey, let's video chat and figure out, I mean, if you can't video chat with somebody, you have no idea who you're talking to. You just really don't know. I half agree with them and half don't agree. I do think I do advocate dating online, but I'm not against doing it the natural way as well and doing it organically too. I think however you get down, however you can meet the most people you can meet and be able to choose the right one for you, I think that's what works.
Yeah.
So I think both ways I'm okay with. But here's where I definitely agree. I'm going to tell you, I think the mass majority, 90% of the women online are in it for your money. And let's take this. All right. And let's see. All right. You got Richie Rich and Ching on the line. Who is calling?
Yo, it's like, what's up?
What's up? What's happening, Ike? What's going on with you, brother?
Not much. I have to, go to the other side of the don't date online.
Give it to us. Give it to us. I know.
Yes. You will have to weed through a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
You all met my wife.
Yes.
The online app that I met my wife on, her daughter put her on. And trust me, if my wife had a choice, she wouldn't have chosen that app. And I wasn't on that app for good intentions.
Right.
But on that app, I happened to meet a good woman.
Okay.
Only because, unlike the other females on there, when dudes in her chat would, come out of pocket, she'd shut them down.
Right.
They'd want to say, yo, show this, show that.
Right,
and all of a sudden, boom, gone, deleted. So, she wasn't about that. She wasn't like that. But like I said, the app, my wife, you've met her. She's not, internet savvy. Her daughter picked the app because that's what the young people knew. Put her on there, happened to meet her on there. And like I said, yes, there's a lot of junk on there.
Yes.
You can get that diamond in the rough. So I can't say absolutely don't go online, but definitely either do go to the Filipinas. If you start online, a couple things. One, if you line up more than one to meet, because you spoke about that earlier.
Yeah.
Now, this is the play coming out. Do not give them all the same arrival date.
No. Stagger it.
If you're coming out there, yes.
Yeah.
If you're coming out there on the first, you tell, your first choice. Already have them lined up in terms of how you want to do it.
Right.
You tell the first one that you'll be on the first. Your second pick, you tell her you'll be there on the fourth. Make sure that you only get your first Airbnb for a couple days. Because if you stay at the Airbnb, the first one might show up back there. So
Isaac is putting you up on game, you guys.
I'm from Philly. It's
I know.
how we roll, right?
I know. I got you, brother. Right. But that's the game, though.
Don't give them all the same date as far as when you're coming, because generally they latch on.
Yes.
And if it's the right one, they latch on perfect. When I flew out there to meet my wife, I booked the Airbnb for 1 week only. I had 30 days to be there.
Right.
I booked the Airbnb for 1 week. And after that week, I was like, you know what? I ain't got to meet nobody else. I ain't got to see nobody else. This is working.
Right.
And everything she had said checked out.
Was legit. Right.
Everything checked out. We talked online for over a year before I flew out there.
Right. Right.
And so, like, we already kind of had an established understanding. And like somebody said earlier, she never asked me for a dime.
I think that's a key.
We got married.
That's a key.
Yes, she never asked for a dime.
I think that's a big thing for me, and I think for any man, if the woman that you're talking to asks you for money, remember she was fine before she met you. She'll be fine long after you're gone. If she asks you for money, she's not the one. It's just a precursor to what's going to happen in the future. That's it.
And it's one of those things like, somebody said, you keep looking for the red flags and they never saw any.
Right.
Same thing. I kept waiting for the red flags. Like, okay, her grandson got hurt and is in the hospital now. Okay, she's about to ask for money.
Didn't happen.
Didn't ask for money.
Right.
Something else happened with somebody's car. She's telling me this. I'm like, okay, here it finally comes. She's about to ask me for the money. She didn't ask for money, and I didn't offer.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's the main thing. If they ask for money, if they're unemployed, there's a bunch of things. In terms of going to the malls, like I said, there's something about the guards. Those Filipinos are different. So if you like thick,
they are thick, bro. That's legit. That's legit, though. If you ever think about it, every single one of them women Filipino guards, they are thick. Because I met some brothers, they like them with some meat on them. Them girls, I mean, and they ain't too thick. They ain't like fat, but they are thick. They are definitely thick.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are like Brooklyn female.
They're ass whooping thick. Yeah.
Understands that reference.
Yeah, they're ass whooping thick.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, don't yes, there's a lot of wasted time that you'll have online.
For sure.
But the fact that if one of us can make it, more of us can make it. I wouldn't rule it out 100%, but definitely do go. And if you do go, and if you're serious, don't go to walking street areas.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just places where you're not going to find wives there.
Or you probably aren't going to find quality women. Exactly. And that's actually my point. There are certain places, and Isaac, let me get you off the line. I appreciate you calling. Yeah. We got to move on and get some other callers. But
miss you guys. I hope to see you soon.
Same.
Thank you.
Let's make it happen, brother. Let's do it again.
Right.
Okay, take care.
All right, peace.
Bye.
So I totally agree with everything you said. I think dating online is okay. You just have to know what you're doing, and you have to be able to vet carefully, because you know that the mass majority of them are not going to be good choices. You know what they're after, and you just have to you got to pick, you got to choose, and you got to do it the right way. All right, we'll get to this next caller. All right, we're on a roll today. People are calling in. We love it. All right, let's get to this call. All right, so and then it blinks out. See, I got it down pat. You got Richie Rich and Ching on the line. Who's calling?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh. What's up, Tracy? What's up, Tim? This is back to the Philippines speaking.
What's happening, brother? What's going on?
Not so much, man. Not so much. Just wanted to share a story regarding the subject of sex expectations, compatibility. It's to what the brother was saying earlier, and he's spot on. I guess I can go 2 years back.
Okay.
Actually last year, met a lady there, talked for like 5 or 6 months, talked to her mom, everything's pretty much just good to go. And then out of nowhere, she just vanished.
No.
I was texting her when I got there, trying to call her, trying to get on the phone. Nothing even happened. Like, she just ghosted me. And when I came back to the States, she called me. And I was like, what? Why are you calling me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm scared.
No.
I just wasn't sure if I was going to be sure to meet you. I said, well, you let me talk to your mom. I thought that when I talked to your mom, everything was good. Everything was great, and that just turned out to just not be the case. So just to the message to all the brothers out there, when you're dating online, proceed with caution. Like, they can say they love you, they can say they care about you, but something about the fantasy of it just being too good to be true, it just wraps them up, and they just get scared. They just
Right.
Okay, but I want to ask you some real questions, and this is not to embarrass you, but this is for a learning moment for everybody else out there. If you don't mind, is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Question number one: did you send her any money before you met, or before you came?
No.
You never sent her any money before you came to the Philippines?
No.
Okay, that's
No.
cool. That's cool. So let me tell you what I believe happened just based on your story. There was another man. There was another man or other men, and she didn't want you to find out because they don't just vanish for no reason. They don't do it. It wasn't she was scared. No woman, no legit woman is going to let you fly 8,000 miles halfway across the planet to come here and not show up. There was something she was hiding, bro. She did you a favor. She was hiding something.
That's fair.
I don't know what she was hiding because I don't know her, but she did you a favor. She was hiding something. If you put it all together, no real woman, no legit woman is going to let you spend that kind of money, come all the way across the planet, halfway across the planet, and not meet you. Unless the only reason is if she's hiding something. There's something she did not want you to see. That's it. So rejoice, and I'm partying with you. And bruh, she did you a favor. She saved you a lot of time and probably a lot of money too. So I'm with you on part of that. I won't say it's the dating online thing, but as I will always say, like you said, I'll jump piggyback and say proceed with caution, which means vet carefully. And even if you get here and you meet a Filipina, vet carefully, because we understand the culture is the culture. They're only going to say things that make them look good. They're only going to give you the best side of everything. A lot of them are not going to tell you the whole truth. And you have to understand that and be willing to ask tough questions. If they don't like the tough questions, she ain't the one. You're trying to build a lasting, long-term relationship for life. And if she can't understand that you're asking questions because that's your intention, then she's not the right one for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, I looking back at it as a retrospective, that actually does make that does make sense. It definitely does. I even if you don't mind, 2 more minutes, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I had another quick story to share.
Go ahead, shoot.
One of my brothers, he was there with me last year. Similar story. He was up front transparent with the lady he was dating at the time. Said, hey, we're gonna go to Thailand for like a week, look at some temples, stuff like that, other scenery and stuff like that. And he told her, and then maybe several weeks later, hey, the date is going to change. And she told him because the date was changing of when he was going to be in Thailand to adjust with my schedule. She backed out and said, no, I don't want to meet you. That's a red flag. That doesn't make sense to me. I was like, what? And then he got there and the same thing happened to him. He was trying to contact her for a whole month. She just ignored him. And as soon as he came back, she pulled the same script that the girl pulled on me. I was like, what is going on? It was just insane.
It was the same thing. There was something she did not want you to find out. And that if she was there and you were there, you probably would have found out. And she didn't. She had secrets, bro. She did him a favor. If you guys out there can hear this, there is no legitimate reason for a woman to ghost you and not show up or not. There is no reason, unless, like Ching said, she is in a place where she didn't get good reception. But if she's legit, she would tell you, hey, I'm going to be in this place and I don't know about the reception or the Wi-Fi. I may not have it. But she will do everything in her power to get Wi-Fi, to go to a place, go to a restaurant, go to a hotel. She will, I'm telling you, she will find a way. She will find a way to contact you. She will let you know. You won't have to be looking for her. She will find you. She will make sure you know where she is because that's the culture here. And go ahead. What you're holding it back? Go ahead, baby. You're holding it back.
I'm just saying that if a woman really likes you, she will find ways to get in touch with you and will not give you that feeling of uncertainty.
Yeah. She will find a way to make sure you feel secure, that you feel good about. She will do. You won't even have to do the work. The legit woman will do the work for you. She will make sure you know where she's at. She'll make sure you know what time she went to bed. She'll make sure you know what time she got up. Trust me on that. And for the other guys who are dating or in relationship with the Filipinas, I guarantee you that they will verify that in the comments. She'll give you a play-by-play of her whole entire day. Too much. She'll tell you stuff you don't even need to know about her whole entire day if she really wants to be with you. You won't have to find her, bro. She'll make sure she's found. Yeah. So, hey, we appreciate you sharing that. We really appreciate you sharing that. And thanks for calling in. Don't let this be the last time. We welcome your call. We love that. Part of this is about educating other people so they don't go through what you went through.
Yes.
Right?
Learning from each other's experience.
Exactly. So everybody can have the best experience possible when they come out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love to see you guys on camera. I can tell that y'all are in love, and most of all, I'm seeing each other's teeth. I can see that.
Now.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day. You guys know what you guys are like.
Yeah.
There's a genuine organic connection between you guys.
No, there is.
So,
we know we get it. Yeah, no, we get it. We laugh because we know what we went through. But look, before she gave me some fits, man. I mean fits, but we really worked through it, and we have a lot of fun now. We appreciate that the audience sees how much fun we're really having, and hopefully it shows through on the camera. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Take care, man.
Thank you. Bye. Wow,
All
we're
right,
on
so-
a roll on a call.
Yeah, that's probably the most calls we had
cool, yeah.
since we started this. So,
Mhm.
all right, let's get to some comments because I think we're kind of backed up. So let's.
All right, so Ronald Country Boy said,
That's new. That's a new.
yes, welcome
What's
to
up,
our
Ronald
channel.
Country Boy?
And
Yeah, welcome
for
to
the-
man. Yeah.
Yes, welcome to Rich Abroad.
That's
And
right.
thank you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you just came into our live stream. And reading Ronald's comment, wow, that's hard to know if a Filipino doesn't have a kuya on the side. That language barrier is good way to hide the other life.
Exactly. She's hiding. If she disappears on you, fellas, she's hiding something. Trust me when I tell you that. There's a reason. Right. Tiger Ronnie said, "Go ahead, baby."
There is a reason if she goes.
There's
dark.
a reason. She's hiding something. There is something she does not want you to see or find out.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want the other dude to find out that
Exactly.
you're talking to
Exactly.
her. Yes.
Exactly. Okay.
So Mr. said, I'm all right. I've been intermittent fasting 1 meal a day for the past 2 weeks. I'm considering switch to 2 meals.
Do 2 meals. 1 meal jacks you up, Mr.
Yeah.
Mister. I do the intermittent fasting where I start at 11 o'clock, but she tries to shove food down my throat earlier. But I start at 11 o'clock in the morning and I finish at 7. Try to do 2 meals. I think it works really well. And if you're active during that time, you'll definitely notice a difference for sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Tiger Ronnie said, showing you nudes ass up or run.
Yeah, without yeah, especially if you didn't ask for them, right? I'm like, I mean, can you wait till I ask? Could you just wait till I ask, please? Right.
Yeah. Hello, Lynn. Good morning.
What's going on, Lynn? What's going on, sweetie? Hope you're having a good morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So Philip Brewer said, Mr. I'm doing the 16-8, which is working very well. I wish you well in your life's change.
Yeah, definitely. The 16-8 I think is a good one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we have Chosen One. Put the link in the chat. We did, and Chosen One already.
Okay, and it did call.
Yeah.
And by the way, Slick Break, if you're listening, can you keep putting the link in the? Can he do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
StreamYard chat.
Yeah, put the link in the chat. Just intermittently every 5 minutes or so, whatever.
Thank you. That will be much appreciated.
Okay.
Yeah. So we read that earlier, and then look who's here.
Look who's here. The suitcase man himself, right?
So we have here LeDon. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you're having a blast here in the Philippines. And hope you're.
That picture does look like him, huh?
I know, right?
It does kind of look like him, right?
It is.
Yeah. All right.
So hello, Earl. Welcome.
What's going on, Earl?
Thank you for joining us. Hey, Rich and Chang, showing some love. Best pickup line. Where's Jollibee? I'm new here and I want to try it. Oh,
do that, because look, they love Jollibee and ask about them peach
mango pie.
Oh man, you got to keep them You got to keep them away from me, man, because those peach mango pies are the bomb.
I know,
Anyway,
right? I have to like
Yeah.
keep some food
Yeah,
because
look,
he would eat
yeah,
mine.
I will jack those peach mango pies up, Jack.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All
yep.
right. More suitcases. All right.
And then
All right, okay.
we got that.
We got that one.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Okay,
there.
and then-
So
here's the link real quick.
This is on the chat. So if you can, if you want to do a video call in, so you can click the link and then join our live stream.
Okay. I think
All
we
right.
did that
So we
one.
did that. Yes.
Okay.
All
All
right. There we go. All right. So Lynn said, "Welcome, Lynn. By the way, I assume you're a Filipina, and we would welcome another Filipina on our live stream always.
Mhm.
So sorry, I deleted my greetings, but since Morris said I would reply hello now, I don't want to be rude. I just don't want to flash my profile. But tell me, if you were in the beach, what should I wear? If it's not swimwear, right? So it's like a chain of messages.
It's cut. Oh, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll do that.
All right, so it's not swimwear, right? And then another one from her.
Okay.
So am I a bad woman now wearing two-piece? I'm not naked.
Give her your take, and then I'll give my take.
So it depends if you're single. It depends on your status. Like, for example, if you're a woman and you are in a committed relationship, I think it's not appropriate for me to post bikini photos, especially on my what do you call that, social media, because it's out of respect for my partner. And even if it's at the beach, I would only keep it on my phone and let my partner see my beach picture. But when you're single, I think it differs because you don't have a partner that, if you know what I'm trying to say, you don't have a partner that will get you don't want to embarrass,
Right.
something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
I guess.
Lynn, I'll tell you what I think. I honestly think I agree with Ching for the most part. I think number one, if you're posting on your social media, my question I would ask, why are you posting on social media? Because essentially, I think you're advertising. You're advertising yourself, and you're saying, I'm available. So if you have a partner, if I was your partner and you posted on social media pictures of you in a bikini, it would not be okay for me, because you represent me, and you're still out there advertising your body or yourself as kind of being available. If you posted us together with you in a bikini, maybe that's a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little different. But if you're just posting yourself single, that's how I would feel about it. And I welcome comments from the guys in the chat to get more perspective. I think that was great. And if there's other women in the chat, I know there's usually a couple of other women. I welcome the comments from you too. But that's my take. I would not want my woman, anyone who represents me, advertising herself in a bikini, posting on social media. That's my take.
Just don't get us wrong, Lina. We're just giving our opinion on your question about you wearing a swimsuit. So we're not trying to embarrass you or something.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. She asked for our opinions. And by the way, you asked, am I bad now for wearing a two-piece? No, that doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you bad. That's just an opinion. I think there's probably going to be a lot of men who share that opinion. But I don't think it makes you a bad person. For me, I would wonder why you feel the need to post that on your social media. To me, it kind of would seem like you're advertising yourself as being single, and that wouldn't be okay with me if I was your partner. Okay, all right.
All right. So next, do you want me to read it?
Go ahead. You know you want to.
Amirabui Almubarak. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So Morris O'Brien, here you go. A reply from Morris. Hi, Lynn. I appreciate a woman who doesn't show her body to the public. It shows me you have self-respect.
That's the bottom line.
You have it.
I think you're going to get a lot of the same comments, Lynn.
Okay. So Lynn said, so I am not respectful now?
I think if you ask a question, I think you're just, this is the opinion from the guys that, if you want the opinion for some guys, this is what they're giving you their opinion. Okay. So we'll keep reading. And you guys definitely chime in the comments. And if you want to call in and you can, whatever your take is, I don't care if you agree or disagree. It's academic. Just I think this is a great teaching moment for women
Everybody.
and for men as to how we feel, because sometimes we have different opinions about different stuff. Okay,
and different points of view.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Chosen One said, "I'm not the exception nor the rule.
Okay.
I understand these things. It may be hard for you, but it's easy for me.
Fair
I
enough.
respect that."
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, give
Okay.
me 1 second. So, so there.
Okay.
So, hi, Lynn. Nothing wrong with your profile pic.
Yeah, and I think here let's look at Lynn's profile pic here, and I think I don't think there's anything wrong with your profile pic. That's my own opinion. Let me. You asked a question, so I'll give you an honest answer. If you were my girlfriend, or if you were my partner, I don't think I would want that to be your profile pic. That's my honest answer. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm saying if you're my girlfriend, that's just going to invite a lot of guys to it just invites problems that I don't want in my relationship. That's my own opinion. Okay?
Yeah, and if you're asking, for example, my point of view as a Filipina, I think that you're at the beach. So I think it's appropriate to wear a swimwear at the beach. But
That's swimwear.
yeah, it's a swimwear. So I just don't think this is just me. I just don't think that I would be posting bikini pictures, especially if I'm in a committed relationship.
Boom.
Because I am a representation of my man, and I want to represent my man in the best light possible, and I don't want any attention from other man except him.
But none of that means that we think that you're
Yes.
wrong or you're
Yes.
bad for having that profile pic.
Yes.
So let's make sure that we say that.
Yes.
Okay.
So Morris said, "Lynn, a two-piece is different from a revealing string bikini." Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've seen a lot of string bikinis.
I mean, spaghetti strings, yeah, right?
Spaghetti. Yeah, but I think your bikini is decent, and
I don't. It's not like it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate to where you're at. So a dump with some nice beaches full of scammers, according to All for One.
Okay.
So Lynn said, "There you go."
And I see Lynn change her profile. But look, can I just say something real quick before you read this?
Okay.
Lynn, you're a pretty girl. What's wrong with this new profile pic that you put up here? Is equally pretty. And if you're trying to get the right kind of guy for you, if you're starting off and your picture is in a bikini, what do you think the guys are going to be? It stands to reason that you're going to get a lot of guys who are going to ask you for a certain kind of pics. It may start the relationship off on the wrong foot for you. This pic that you have here, I think you're equally pretty. You have a beautiful smile. There's nothing wrong with it. I think you're going to get you're going to get just as many guys who want, but better quality guys who are looking for you and looking for a long-term relationship.
I agree with you. And also, Lynn, if you want to be approached by men in a specific type of way, I think you would the dress or the attire that you're wearing would determine how you would be approached.
It has a lot to do. You may not want to hear that. You may not. It has what you're wearing how you look has a lot to do with how men approach you. Right?
Exactly.
Right. It's the same way as women approach men that they see flashing money, and then the man says, "Well, she just treated me like an ATM." But that's what you started. Same thing. If you start off the relationship and the profile pic might be in a bikini or something really sexy, revealing, guess what? You're going to get a lot of men who approach you the wrong way because that's their perception. I'm not saying it's the reality, but that might be their perception. Please read her comment.
Yes. So Lynn said, "I hope I'm respectful now to your eyes, guys, because I am. It's just when I'm in the beach, of course, we have to wear proper attire, and I don't want to wear pajamas."
And I don't think you should wear pajamas to the beach either. And if you feel comfortable wearing a bikini to the beach, I'm American. Most women wear bikinis to the beach, right? So I mean, I think that is proper attire. I absolutely agree with that. I think your question was though, was about the profile picture and the perception. And I think the perception would be that a lot of guys will approach you in a way that you don't want to be approached because of your profile picture. And I think you looked good. There's no question you looked good in the bikini. and you don't need to be in pajamas in your profile picture
Yes.
at all. The bikini is fine. I just think if you have a partner, I would not want my partner in a bikini picture in her profile. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully,
right.
hopefully that cleared that up. And
Yes.
okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So Frank Ellie said, "Sunshine shoulders is real. No sugar
Totally
coating." I
agree.
agree.
I totally agree.
Mhm.
That's why I've been watching this channel for a long time, and I totally agree. Right?
Mhm. So, yes, Slick Rick said, "You're good, Lynn. Don't worry."
Mhm.
Yeah. So Henry said, "Hello, Henry.
What's up, Henry?
The Philippines is a great place."
It is. You can get it all. You can get
Mhm.
it all here. I mean, whatever it is you want, you're gonna get here, and you might get a whole bunch of stuff you don't want too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So All for One said it's 5% paradise, 95% hell. Well, it depends on how your
I think it is what you make it.
Yeah.
I think it is what you make it. I really, really do. But I think there's definitely a little bit of both. I think it can be hell if you make it hell. I think it can be 5% if you make it that way. I think it has so much to do with the selection process. I think selecting the right kind of women, we all want to see the woman in the bikini with the tight body. I get that. But is that the woman that you want to start a long-term relationship with? The woman who's dressed conservatively, who's not advertising to the whole world, she's going to give you the same thing that woman, except she's not going to give you headaches and fits like that woman who's advertising. That's my only thing. So I think it has a lot to do with how you choose to select the women you pick.
Yeah, and the woman that you choose. So there.
Okay, we got that one.
Uh-huh.
For
So,
3 guesses.
I'm not sure what it is.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay, Slick Rick, drop that call-in
thank
number.
you so much, Slick Rick. The call-in number is 415-490-8030.
All right.
Mhm.
And I want to try that, but once we catch up, okay?
Okay. All right, that's done. Yeah.
Okay, and we got that one. So we're here.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So, Big Boss, how are you doing? Knicks are hanging in, bro.
Yeah, don't tell me the score. Don't mention the scores, you guys.
We'll
That's
do
what I'm
it
doing
later.
after this. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, David 008 has a question here. What are the 5 most common things you should vet for in the Philippines?
Give me one. Give me one.
She asked for she better have a job.
She gotta have a job, bro. If she don't have a job, she's not the woman for you. Period. Especially, God forbid, if she has a job if she doesn't have a job and has kids. If she doesn't have a job and has kids, who do you think she's going to be expecting to pay for whatever she needs?
Mhm.
It's going to be you. And what does she have to offer you? No, she's got to have a job. She shouldn't ask for money, right? She should be. I'll give you mine,
Okay.
and I'll give you
Sure.
mine. You got to have a job. Don't ask for money, right? And you should be. She should be conservative in that, not submissive, but she should be conservative in that. I want to hear she has opinions. She has her own opinions on different stuff. That's all cool, but she's willing to follow my lead. She's willing to follow my lead, and we can. That doesn't mean I don't talk to her or I don't ask her how she feels about this and that, but she's willing to follow my lead. If she chooses me, she's choosing me as a leader, and if she can't do that, then she wouldn't be the woman for me. She just wouldn't be the woman for me, and that's how I feel. But what else? No tats, no big tats, no big tats, no what you call those septum ring, no septum rings. Yeah, no big tats all over the place. What else? No colored hair. Because all of those things for me are signs of this independent modern woman thing, and I don't want that. If I wanted an independent modern woman, you could just stay home and get that.
Yeah, and in addition to what you said, maybe this is on the latter part of the probing. You ask if she is the breadwinner of the family.
Yeah, family thing. Find out what's going on with the family situation.
Financial situation of the family.
If she's the breadwinner and you take her away from the family, guess what? That means they don't have no more bread. And that means somebody is going to have to pay. Someone's going to have to take care of the family, and that is going to end up being you. So asking good questions and smart questions about the family financial situation is very, very important.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
I think the financial situation covers it all. Like if they have a debt, family debt that they're still paying.
Sorry about that. Know about the kids. If she's got kids, know everything there is to know about the kids, and know about that baby daddy or baby daddies. Hopefully, if you're vetting, you shouldn't be. Hopefully, there won't be baby daddies. But you should know everything you should know about the baby daddy and where he is and what's going on with him. Hopefully, if she's smart, and he was a decent man. If he wasn't, then why was she with him? If he's a decent man, he's in the kid's life still, and maybe they share the parenting or whatever. But you never know. But you should be asking a lot of questions.
Yeah, and you also ask if she has kids. Where are the kids?
Where are the kids?
Yes.
Where are the kids with her? Are they off in the province with grandma and grandpa? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that kind of gives you an idea about a lot of stuff. We'll just say. I'm not saying it's bad, but that kind of gives you an idea about a sense of responsibility and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And remember, even if they're off in the province right now with grandma and grandpa, guess what? The plan is for her to bring them back at some point. And that point is when her life is doing better. And guess what? You are making her life better. So guess what's going to happen? That means the kids are coming back. So keep that in mind, okay?
Yes. So All for One said, the place is rife with rip-off artists and scammers. Absolutely awful place. Foreigner tax, shaking my head. Now, I don't blame you. It exists here in the Philippines, but, you have to follow what I can remember who said that proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. So when you come here to the Philippines, don't have that mindset that everything's gonna be well. You go here to the Philippines having a mindset that I would be like, put your guard up first. Put your guard up and then be mindful of the situations that we've been mentioning in our videos and other content creators that assume that every woman
don't be trusting everybody.
Yeah.
I know it sucks that it would be great if you could just trust everybody, but you can't do that at home either. Don't come here trusting everybody. They have sweet words. It's a game. They know the game. They run the game. They know how to play the game. They know what to do. They're going to sweet word you. They're going to honey lips you. They're going to give you everything you want, and to reel you in. They know how to get to your pockets. If you know that, we're giving you the cheat codes, guys. We're giving you the cheat codes. So if you already know that they're scammers, then you should know how to avoid those scammers, right? You should know how to vet the questions you should ask. There's going to be rotten women out there, so avoid them.
Yeah.
There's good ones. There's, what do they call them? What do you say? A diamond in the rough, right? There's diamonds in the rough. You just got to find the diamonds.
Yeah, and another trait that you need to possess here is you got to be patient. Not only with services that we have here, but also in vetting that woman. You have to be very, very patient.
Vet carefully and choose wisely, right?
Yeah.
Mel Perspective said, are you familiar with Jay from More to Life? Yes, I'm familiar with Jay. I've watched his videos before. He makes good content. Yes.
Okay, got it.
And he makes good content. I've never met him before. So I've never met him before. So I can't say I know him, but I'm familiar with him.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, we'll take this call. And hold on. All right, you got Richie Rich and Ching on the line. Who's calling? And what you got for us?
It's Morris again.
What's
Hey,
up, Morris?
Morris.
Talk to us, Joe. Talk to us, bro.
Yeah. You guys are just mentioning about the diamond in the rough. And the way to find the diamond in the rough is when you get there. Or even if you met one online. Once you get there, if she's willing to do for you things that you don't ask.
Boom.
So by her actions and by
she's gonna show you.
She will show you, show you that she cares about you, and not just by words.
Listen to this man, y'all. Listen to this man. He's preaching.
Yeah.
But
and
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the old saying is, don't judge a book by its cover. So once you meet her, she may be pretty, but then by her actions, anybody could say a lot of things.
Right.
But by the deeds, the actions, and the consideration for you as a man will show you how authentic she is. And like Chang said And you guys said, time in New York, she will show herself by her actions.
You're absolutely right. She has every motivation in the world to show you who she is. Because, in fact, for the majority and for the mass majority of guys, they are going to make her life better. Her life is going to improve significantly for most of the guys that come to the Philippines. So she has every motivation to do everything to show you over time who she is and what she's about. And if she can't make a good impression on you, if you're still thinking, man, I saw this and I saw that, maybe was that a yellow flag or red flag, then I think maybe she's just not the one. There's plenty of good Filipinas out here, fellas. There really are. But there are some bad ones out here. There's no question. Or maybe not bad ones, but there are some ones with with maybe not good motivations, right? And it's your job, it's all of our job to pick through those women and find the right one for you. That's part of the job. If you want something that lasts, that's part of the job. Is finding the right one, right?
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
appreciate you calling in again, bro. Always.
All right, have a blessed one.
All right, take care.
Thank
man.
you.
Bye. Yeah, he's on point. Morris is absolutely on point. If she's going to show you who she is, the reason that we're still together is because through all of that, you never stopped doing all the things you did. What I always tell you, the day never came that I said, I don't love you no more. Even when we were going through it a little bit, I always said, I still love you, but you're just not bringing me peace. You're just not bringing me peace, and I can't have it, right? But you always cooked. You always did my shopping, did shopping stuff. You always did all that other stuff that I never asked you to do. You never stopped doing that, and you always did it. You always brought that. But then there was the other side where there was that other side. But that's the point. She's going to show you who she is, and it becomes easy at that point because you see she has a lot of value to offer you, and it makes the decision easy. It makes it really easy.
Yeah. So if I'm reading the next few comments, we have a lot. David 008 said the Filipino P is the first Filipino channel I watched.
Same here. Same here.
And we have two lucky guys here. We have Henry and Isaac saying they're the luckiest man on the planet.
Right. And real quick, I wasn't calling nobody a bastard. It's just the expression, you lucky bastard, or whatever. But anyway, but yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got that. Yep,
yeah.
go ahead.
All right. So All for One said,
what's wrong with you?
It's too small. I like yours better.
Okay.
Thank you. So All for One said, can't own land, house, or business there, yet they can in the West. Then foreigners get scammed. Absolute disgrace.
I got to tell you, All for One, it's not that I disagree with you completely, but most countries in the world, foreigners can't own land in their country. There's a lot of countries in the world where foreigners can't own land, and that's for good reason. I think because the U.S. is a capitalist country, I mean, I could make an argument that we shouldn't allow foreigners to own land in our country, but it is what it is, and we're a capitalist society, and a lot of people make money off of us, so it is what it is. But by the way, just for reference, as a lawyer, I'm going to tell you, you can own land or a business here in the Philippines. You can, and many foreigners do. There are some caveats to that, but you can own land or a house, and you can own a business here in the Philippines. Okay. All right. DC is in the house.
Hello, DC. Thank you for joining us. And if you just joined in our live stream, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and don't be shy to call in on our live stream.
Yeah, and Frank said that's Jay, the Black Filipino. Yeah, I'm very familiar with his content. He's been doing it for quite a while. He's been doing it for quite a while. He's got good content.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Henry said, it depends on how you approach and what you say to them. Most Western women think they're better than everyone.
They do. Their ego is crazy. The ego is just really crazy.
Okay. So Slick Rick said, Slick Rick has a good question for All for One. Why follow channels that talk about the Philippines if you have those feelings?
That's a good question. I'm a little curious. All for One. Obviously you're curious about the Philippines. So if you have those feelings about the Philippines and you feel like it's a scam country, why follow those channels? And I'm not saying thank you for following our channel, but I'm curious. It's a legit question. I'm curious why follow the channels if you have those feelings about the Philippines. If you don't mind asking that or answering that, that'd be great to get your perspective.
Yes.
Okay. In the meantime,
in the meantime, Frank Ellis said the Philippines is the #1 country on social media.
By far.
Yes.
But not even close. Not even close. It's actually sad because so many. That's another red flag is being on a date with a woman who can't get off of her phone.
Yeah, always looking on social media.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Henry said, I love the Philippines. I think the Philippines loves you too, Henry. All right, David 008 said, Frank Ellis, what? And I was talking about the Filipino girl. Okay, maybe that's a...
Okay.
All right, so...
now there's the question. Exactly. My man, that's the answer. That's the answer, right?
Yeah. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Umbrella only for that.
Right. Thank you. Boom. Next, keep reading them, baby. Keep reading them.
Paul Manning. Hello, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
Yeah, thanks for joining us on our live stream. Welcome to the channel.
Read his comments.
Pouring rain.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming, right?
Okay.
Because that's how we rock. That's how we rock.
All right. So there's a lot of girls here in New York City, just like the suitcase girl. I call them hobos.
Homosexuals, right? Right, homosexuals. Yeah. Okay.
So
go ahead.
Now,
DC,
flood water for an umbrella.
That's it. Now you can tell them what I said, right?
Okay. So we were going to the mall yesterday, and it's drizzling. So it's drizzling.
Short story, baby.
Yeah. It's drizzling, and then Rich was like trying to tease the other, saying only to me that oh, you get
two raindrops, and everybody pops their umbrella up, and like it's a deluge. I'm like, come on, y'all, seriously? I mean, it's like a couple of raindrops, and everybody just immediately. I'm like, no, and Ching busts out her umbrella. Like,
no, I
ain't trying to hear none of that. Like, if it's pouring, then we'll use our umbrella. But we don't get down like that. We don't use the umbrella unless it's pouring rain.
Yeah, you see why I'm holding on to my umbrella? I'm just holding on to it because I'm just ready.
Is that how you were when we first met?
No.
Exactly. Same thing. 2 drops. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, good guy. Yeah, 2 drops. Come on, man. Come on, it ain't that serious.
Yeah, but he always say that, oh, it's just water. What's gonna happen
seriously,
to you?
Right?
But anyway.
You weigh. Some people out here weighing 200 pounds, but they're scared about what their hair is going to look like because it's a couple raindrops hit it. Come on, man. You got bigger issues to worry about. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, needs to be pissing down to use the umbrella.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We're trying to look at the comments. We're telling you how we get down, right?
Yeah, I thought it was just a Rich thing.
No, it's not. I told you. This is our culture.
Okay, so Maury said, I won't use an umbrella if it's just sprinkling or drizzle.
That's it, man.
And I still really don't use an umbrella, to be honest.
Last night it was piss and rain. Yeah, it was piss and rain. I mean, it was raining so hard it flooded instantly, and we had to get under some cover because the rain. Umbrella just wasn't going to do nothing for what it was. Yeah. So I had to use the umbrella at that point. But I'm like, for a couple, no, man, we're not doing all of that.
Yeah, and the wind was so strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, so David 008 said, "In the rain, it's got to be downpouring."
Exactly. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you understand. It's not just a me thing.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So, hey, Juggy, thank you for joining us on our live stream.
What's going on, Juggy? This is another. Hey, a few new names. We we love seeing the new names in our live stream. It's super cool. Juggy, where are you from? If this is your first time in our live stream or you haven't commented, let us know where you're from. We definitely want to know where you're from, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, right? Corporal Hicks said, Maayong buntag, why does Filipino time exist? Is it really that hard for them to show up on time for things?
Bruh. Go ahead, Shane. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think a lot of Filipinos don't have that value for time, or they don't understand, or understand the relevance of time with money and money with time. So people here, a lot of Filipinos, I would say that they take it chill. They're not in a hurry, because why are you in a hurry for if
To go where? To do
to
what?
go where to
If
do
you don't
what?
have no money.
Yeah, if you don't have
Most of the Filipinos here are in survival mode.
any money.
And Lynn, and maybe Lynn, if you're here, and Catlin, if you're here, you can comment on this. Would be great too. They're in survival mode, and I think time is for people who have money and have places to go and things to do. But a lot of people here don't have a job. A lot of people here don't have something that has to be done, or things things that are really imperative, and so they just don't really care about time. And believe me when I tell you, we had issues with time in the beginning. We had some serious issues with time, but we ironed those out, didn't we, sweetie?
Yes,
We
on the
absolutely-
first month.
In the first month, I won't even say it took a while, because it didn't take a while, but
Even
I let you understand how important time
you
was to
put
me.
your foot down.
Yeah, not on you, but yeah.
Yeah, on the floor.
Yeah, but
Put your foot
but you're
down.
gonna find that, and that has a lot to do. I think if you're messing with girls who have jobs and who have things that have to be done, I think you're gonna find that they care a little bit more about time. But generally, you'll find a lot of people here, time is not that important, and I think that it's a survival mode mindset.
Mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All
All right. So,
So real quick, let's throw that in. Make sure
hello,
we get that.
congratulations, Theo, according to 008.
Yeah.
And Mr. said, I'm dating at Watson's only.
Mr. It is not a bad place to go.
Mm.
So, hey, look, Mr. is putting y'all up on game.
Mm.
If you go into Watson's, you'll quickly notice they don't make them ugly there. They hire based on looks.
Mhm.
Looks is very important to them,
Mm.
and they don't put a whole bunch of ugly girls in Watson's. So that's just the thing. But they are busy.
Mm.
But they are pretty busy working in there. So, but what you got to do is you got to go in there and ask, hey, can I get some deodorant? Can you show me where the deodorant is, or show me where the lotion is, right? And then, oh, hey, you're really pretty, right? And then can I get your number? Can I get your WhatsApp? Like that. That's how because they're always really busy in Watson's. So you go up in Watson's, that's how you get their attention. And they'll follow you around. Can you show me this? Can you show me that? Can you show me this? Show me that, right? And if they're interested, that's how you do it.
Yeah, and just be careful if they're wearing a ring. If you like it,
Yeah.
put a
I mean,
ring.
obviously, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're
Yeah.
gonna check for a ring, right?
So Herman Sexton
What's
said,
up,
hello,
Herman?
Herman. Unprotected sex is dangerous, and I would never leave a kid anywhere. I think this attitude is disrespectful not only to the Filipino, but to the Philippines.
I have to agree with you. I have to absolutely agree with you.
Mhm.
And it is absolutely dangerous, which is why we did the video on about condoms, about do you need to wear condoms here. I think it's important that we pointed that out and talked about that. I think a lot of channels, I think we wanted to talk about it. I won't
Yes.
talk about other channels, but
Agree.
and I would never want to leave a kid anywhere. Period.
Mhm.
If I have a kid, I want that kid to be part of my life. Period.
Yes.
Okay? So I absolutely agree with that. Okay?
Yes. Okay, so Mr. said being a good judge of character is an essential life skill.
It is, and you use the word judge, Mr. And I'm gonna say this because people say, "Oh, you shouldn't judge." But I'm gonna just say this: we all judge. You might not like it, but we all judge. Who you choose as your friends, you chose them because you judged them to
Mhm.
be worthy of your friendship.
Yes.
Who you choose the place you choose to work at. We all judge, and it's how you judge. It's not putting yourself on a pedestal or making yourself higher than somebody else.
Mm.
But we all use our best judgment, right?
Mhm.
We use our best judgment, and that's part of the wisdom. That's part of the experience that we should be using on a day-to-day basis. So I disagree with people who say, don't judge or you shouldn't judge. I think you absolutely should and need to judge, but not in a way that makes you feel like you're superior or better than somebody else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I second the motion.
All right. Thank you. Sweetie. All right. All right.
Yeah, so Derek Casanara said some guys are so passive that they don't have enough confidence to say hello to a lady, which is sad but true.
DC, it is true, bro.
Mm.
It is true. There's a lot of guys that come here, and the reason they leave with money is because they don't have confidence. There's nothing else they have that they believe they have that a woman would want. And so they can flash cash.
Mm.
They can flash cash, and they know for sure a woman is going to want the cash, so they feel like they can flash the cash and they can reel her in. She bites, they hook her, and she bites and they can reel her in. But the problem is, you catch the fish, but she's going to make you release. She's going to make you release. You're not going to keep that fish. Right? All right.
All right. So Big Boss said, Mr. I prefer Mercury.
I don't know, Big Boss.
I think it's just
you got to be playing
because Mercury and
come on, man.
the staff at Mercury is just behind the counter.
Yeah, and
they don't follow you around.
And the women at Mercury they don't hire on looks. Watsons, they definitely hire on looks, but Mercury, they'll get you what you want. But I don't know if I would recommend dating women in Mercury.
Mercury is like a legit drugstore.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah. So the calling number again. Thank you, Slick Rick, 415-490-8030.
Colin, we got about 10 minutes. We might run this 10 minutes more extra, depending on how this goes. I think there's a lot of comments we haven't gotten to, but definitely call in. Feel free to call in. We love the comments. And look, if you want to video mic up and cam up, we'll put you on if you have something to say. Okay.
Yep. Back to the Philippines. Thank you for your super chat. Magandang umaga, Kuya Richie and Ate Cheng.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Back to the Phils.
Okay. All right. So Lynn is back. Will you still like women that will stick to celibacy until you get married with her? Just getting to know each other first, probably for a year. No open relationship.
Lynn, you ask an honest question, and I appreciate that. I'm going to give you an honest answer, and that answer is no. I absolutely, because number one, I know that there's religions. I don't claim to be a Christian or a religious person. I would say I'm a Christian, but I'm also kind of a Buddhist. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The answer is no, and the reason why is because I understand that we're in the 21st century. I want to know everything. And when I say everything, I want to know everything about this woman that I'm going to give all my meat to, right? My money, my energy, my attention, and my time to. I want to know everything about this woman. I want to know if we're completely compatible. And that means I don't expect to be celibate. I expect us. I'm willing to be in a relationship with only her, but as far as celibate and us waiting in a year until we get married, that's not going to happen. Not with me. Other people might have a different idea, and I'm not mad at anybody who thinks different or feels different, but that's my answer.
Yes.
Okay? And I think this is a great question for a lot of guys to comment on. So if you guys would comment on this question, I think this is a great question to end this live stream on.
Yeah.
Because it's an excellent question, and you get to see how other guys feel about this, and hopefully other guys will have different opinions, and you can hear a lot of different opinions. Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna leave this question up here for real quick for a minute. Cheng, read this question real quick.
Okay, I'll read it again. Will you still like women that will stick to celibacy until you get married with her? Just getting to know each other first, probably for a year, no open relationship.
If she's an awesome woman and I feel really good about it, I'm willing to wait longer. I'm willing to wait a little longer, but for a year of celibacy, nah. I just, because I know I can. Yeah, I just think this is a case where you have to know your value and you have to know where you are in the market. And I know that I don't have to wait a year, right? But for the right woman, I'm willing to wait longer. I'm willing to respect her and wait longer if that's her requirement. How much longer is a question and something that we would probably have to talk about. But if she didn't feel comfortable with me, then maybe we're not the person, the right couple.
If there's a 3-date rule, maybe she'll wait 2 more days.
Yeah, I would. I'm saying I would, if I felt a really great vibe, but she said, "Look, I'm putting my foot down. This is, it has to be longer than that." I would wait longer, but the whole no open relationship thing, and I'm supposed to be celibate for a year. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I would be more than willing to be with one person, with that woman, just her. But as far as being celibate for a year at this stage in my life, for what? What? Yeah. And there's no guarantee that even after that whole year that I waited, that we're going to get together. I just burned a year of my life. Yeah, I'm cool with all that. Yeah, but that's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Juggy said, "Thank you. Thank God for the internet."
Thank God for the internet. Right?
There are some pros and cons, but we still think the internet for it. So Jira Project says,
What's up,
much
Jira?
love, guys. Thank you so much. Corporal, okay. So Corporal Hicks, that tell them to show an hour earlier than the time you need them to show up.
Nah,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing. I'm just yeah. I'm not doing all that.
I think,
Yeah,
honey,
it's a
it's also
respect
a
thing.
respect.
It's a
Sorry,
respect
I'm
thing.
about
My
to say
bad.
that.
Go ahead.
It's
Go
okay.
ahead.
It's a respecting because they need to value your time
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely.
So if you're important, then your time should be respected.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not doing. If she sees you as a man of value, then she should respect your time, right? And you can sit down and you can have a talk like we did. You know, look, here's what I expect from you. Here's what you can expect from me, and here's what I expect from you. And if she still can't do that, then she might not be the woman for you. And that's it. Yeah. It's a respect thing. Absolutely.
Okay, so Derek said, so you mean that their dogs really don't need a heart transplant?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, about asking money from.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I just got that one. Thank you. Thanks for explaining that. Right.
Okay.
No, they don't need heart. The dog don't need a heart transplant,
Yeah.
right?
So Corporal Hicks, just tell them to show up. Okay,
No,
we did
not
that.
doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Henry, I think this is a response of Henry to our caller about.
Yeah, she meant somebody else.
Someone
Yeah.
else. Yes.
She was hiding something. There was something
For
going
sure.
on that she didn't want you to see, right?
Kevin Benson, sup, Rich and Cheng. I made it. Had the wedding tonight, not mine. Okay, I thought it was yours, but yeah. Hope you enjoy your. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your stay here in the Philippines, Kevin. And okay, so Paul Creed. Hello, Paul Creed from I don't know.
The Aleutian Islands. From the Aleutian. Hey, Paul. We got a lot of Pauls. We have like 5 different Pauls.
Yeah.
So it's important. If your name is
Creed.
Paul, definitely put your last name in there.
Yes.
Paul, welcome to our channel. We appreciate you coming in and showing up from the Aleutian Islands. Do you know where the Aleutians are?
No.
Okay. We'll do a little geography lesson
later.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Stink Shag, right. Welcome to our live stream. Thank you for joining in. I'm on the same intermittent plan as you, Richie, and the same hours.
Right. It works for me. I feel better after like 2 weeks of doing it. I feel a difference. I definitely feel a difference. I came home, y'all, and I had put a couple LBs on when I came home from the States. My sisters feed me up, and they take really good care of me. So yeah, it showed.
Yeah. If she disappears on you, it's time to run, Forrest, run.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
Okay.
And and I'm gonna post this up here real quick.
Yeah. Just look for Slick Rick's comment, and it's he posted the StreamYard link, so you can video call in on our live
if you want a video call, if you want mic up and cam up, you want a video call in, we welcome that if you have something to say for sure, right?
Yep. Okay, so Henry said, Rich and Cheng, can you see my messages? Yes, definitely.
Yes, I think we just started. We just got backed up. We got backed up with calls and with our own comments. So sorry about that. Right?
Yep. So Herman said, I don't think a person asking for help is necessarily an indication of their character. We all ask for help. That's why we pray to the Lord. But yeah, I agree with you that asking for help is necessary. But if a person you just met asks for help immediately, what would you think about, that person's character? Because in my opinion, this is just me. I will only ask for help if I did all means and ways. I exerted all means and ways to do the best of in my situation. Then if I can't control it anymore, or I cannot handle it anymore, then that's the time I will ask for help. What do you think?
I think it has so much to do with if it's the Filipina. Again, my whole thing is are you looking at her as a long-term partner? That's what it is. And if you just met and she's asking you for money, is that a indication of her character? So I think it is. I really do. In this situation here in the Philippines, and you just met a Filipina and she's asking you for money, I do think so. And if you're willing to give her that money, I absolutely, unequivocally guarantee you that she is going to start treating you like an ATM if you're giving her money. And you kind of you open that door, and it's going to remain open. It's going
Mhm.
to absolutely remain open. So that's my own opinion, and you may disagree, and I respectfully disagree with what you said. I don't think it's always an indication of their character, but I think in this kind of situation
Mhm.
with a foreigner coming here to the Philippines or meeting a Filipina, I think it is. I think it is a very good indication of her character, and I would say if it's not a red flag, it is definitely a yellow flag.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, Rusty Jeans, for your super chat. He has a question. Does weight gain on a spouse matter to a Filipina? I don't mind the few pounds on you, honey, but if you're expecting me to be fit, feminine, and friendly, I'll be expecting you to do the same.
Exactly, and I think that's fair. I think that's fair. So and I think there's a lot of dudes, and this is where that unreal expectation thing comes into play too. There's a lot of dudes that come here and they want, and we all want a fit, feminine, friendly woman, right? Most of us do anyway. But then if you come in and you're not taking care of yourself, how do you expect that? How do you ask that of somebody else if you're not doing that yourself? And that's my own take on it. But I have heard that a lot of women here like a dude with kind of a dad bod.
Yeah, a little chunky.
Who are you squeezing on? Talking about chunky?
No, you're bigger than me because you're muscular
Don't
and
squeeze
all
on me
that.
talking about chunky.
No, I like, to be honest, I like a little meat on the body, like belly, what you call that? Belly, a little belly, dad bod. I want dad bod because I want huggable.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right.
But someone who can do hiking with me or physical activities. So Paul Creed said, I prefer one piece for the ladies. I think a really good look is ladies' board shorts and a rash guard top. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that either, bro. And I'm not saying it's something I would require, but I would not have any problem with that at all. I don't know. I think anything in moderation is can't be bad. It can't be bad unless it's cocaine. I mean, come on. I'm just saying, but in moderation, I think it's all good, bro.
Yeah. So, for example, I'm wearing a bikini, but I have like a dress on top of it. Is it a
sure something like in moderation, right? That we're talking about moderation. Okay.
So, Stink Shag said, unless you're a fitness professional, I, as a man, wouldn't want my woman to wear a two-piece. I feel they're either looking for likes or validation.
And I think there's a lot of guys that are going to agree with that. Okay.
Okay, move on to the next. Mr. said, me personally, if I see a woman post bikini pics online, especially if she has some big guns, next thing happening is a right clicks.
Right. Because that's the fantasy. That is the fantasy. I mean, I like, you know me, I like what I like. and I mean, it's not like I think it's ugly, but my question is, as men, are you looking for tonight? Or are you looking for long term? If you're looking for tonight or something short term or something that you can just, or are you looking to beat the cheeks or blow somebody's back out? Okay, hit her up. Hit up that woman who, like that. But if you're looking for something long term, I'm guessing that may not be what you're looking for. Okay.
All right.
I think we're getting toward the end of these.
Okay. So Ronald Country Boy said, no, I do not a woman who would post her pics in a bikini online. Even if she was single at the time, it seems she's easy to court. I'd want a woman that's hard to court. It's my preference. Okay.
Right.
Respect your preference.
Yeah. I mean, the men are saying what they want. Women want to know what men want. Here you go.
Okay. The big boss, Herbie, said, unfortunately, I can't clock the hotties anymore. My wife would throw an earthquake level.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah, you get to a point where you're not on the market, so it doesn't matter. But opinions still matter. And Big Boss Herb, I'd be curious to hear your opinion on the bikini thing or the two-piece. Okay.
Okay. All right. So Naps said the only thing I see wrong with Lynn's bikini profile pic is that I'm not in there next to her. Yeah. Okay. So Paul Creed, definitely go with the face pic.
She's pretty. She's a pretty girl. I think you're gonna get better quality men that are going to click on your profile or hit you up with the right things in mind. If you post the bikini pics fellas, tell me I'm wrong. If you post bikini pics, if somebody posts bikini pics, does that make your mind, I'm going to say most, not all, but does that make you say, okay, she's with X, Y, and Z, and this is kind of her disposition, this is how she gets down, so she might be, so things might go down quicker. We'll just put it that way, right? Okay. All right.
All right. So Lakwe is asking Lynn, are you single, Lynn?
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
So next, Kevin said, some here wear bikinis that should not, but if you can wear it, go for it.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with that.
Isaac V said, now that we have discussed all of this, Lynn, if your DMs blows up, now you understand the point to as to whether it is appropriate or not. Seek attention from your man, not the general public.
Exactly. And again, if you post bikini pics or your profile is bikini pics, guess what? You're going to get a lot of attention. Is it the attention you want? Because I'm guessing a lot of the attention you get, not all of it, is going to be the attention you don't want. Because I always hear Filipinos say, oh, he asked for my nude pics, or yes. Well, why do you think that? Why do you think he asked for those? Right? Because somebody else gave them to him, or he heard somebody else gave them to him, but also because of the profile pic. It has a lot to do with it. And I'm not saying it's bad, but if you want to get into the minds of men and understand how we think how we think.
Yep. Okay? All right. So Alistair, hello. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Alistair?
Pinay culture don't like most of things Western men like sexually, I hear. Is this true?
Okay. You got a quick answer? A quick answer?
A quick answer.
A quick one.
I think no. A lot of the Western men really like sexually. The Filipina also like them. They just are shy to talk about it in public.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. Thank you. I'm with that.
Hold on. Are we missing out people now?
No, but okay. Go ahead.
Amirabui Al Mubarak said, more wow, a war zone there.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah,
cool?
Okay. Okay, Michael Peters. Hello, Michael.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Thank you for joining us. My Filipina fiance, Maureen, is a true diamond in the rough.
Excellent.
Shine bright like a diamond.
That's it.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all. I love it. You know I love it. But we just,
I know, one-liner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carlton said, Maurice, are you from Bermuda? Okay.
Really quick, because we want the name. We want that name.
Veteran Prime 44. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Veteran Prime?
Yes.
Okay.
Morris O'Brien said, if a woman is on her phone while we are on a date, I will get up and walk out.
Yeah.
We'll keep pushing.
You only get a couple times to do that, and after that, we won't even finish the date. I wouldn't even finish the date. Yeah.
Okay. So, Paul Creed answered, anything specific, Alistair? My current girlfriend was very upfront with her concerns as we talked it and took it slow. She was concerned she couldn't accommodate me.
Understood. Okay.
But a lot of, I think a lot of women would.
It's understandable. It's understandable. Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah. Ouch. Okay. Paul said, I was like the scene in Full Metal Jacket. Reading She Comes First was helpful in improving communication with her and my personal knowledge.
Exactly. I mean, if you want a serious relationship, you got to be serious, right? Okay.
Yes. So thank you so much, Bruce Schultz, for your super sticker.
Bruce. We
Thank
appreciate
you so much.
And I love this new names. Thank you guys for the super stickers. We really appreciate you guys supporting us.
Patches 363.
Thank you for the super sticker. We appreciate that, Patches.
And Mr. came back in. Unprotected sex is fun.
Stop. Okay. We'll just say that's sarcasm. We'll say that's sarcasm.
Okay. Sensible man. Oh, it's been a while.
What's going on, Sensible?
Hello, everyone. How are everybody doing?
Let's get this one in because we haven't heard from.
Yes, and also to you, Patrick Bowers. Thank you so much for joining our live stream.
My man.
And Patches 363 said, advice, please. When I first meet my Filipina, she was fit, friendly, and beautiful.
Drugs.
No. 3 years went by. And now she's fat and makes a lot of excuses. Then I broke up with her and she went crazy. Okay, can I say something real quick?
Can it be real quick?
Okay, yes. I think a lot of Filipinas or a lot of women, not just Filipinas, become complacent once they're in a relationship and they don't want to put in the work. So once they are in a relationship, they think that my man will not leave me because he loved me for what I am. But ladies, the women really don't understand that that men are visually stimulated, and in order for you to keep your man, you have to put in the work. So
it's a whole bunch of other women that would be happy to take you, who are fit, feminine, and friendly. She understands that, but she doesn't want to stop eating rice. So for me, everybody has their own taste or whatever they want to do. If she's not fit, feminine, friendly, and agreeable, it's not going to work. It's simply not going to work.
Yeah.
Period. And she needs to bring me peace. Period.
Peace be with you.
Right,
okay, Mike T said, Richie and Cheng, another good, enjoyable live
Thanks,
stream.
Mike
Thank
T.
you both. Have a good, enjoyable, blessed Sunday. Thank you, Mike T.
We appreciate you.
Yes,
Last
Morris
from Morris.
O'Brien, who Carlton? Yes, I'm from Bermuda. By the way, my name is spelled Morris. Maurice is the England version. Okay. Okay. Shout out to CGA.
Okay. All right.
And Morris, where are you from? Carlton? Okay, so that's a conversation between them. Mr. said, every woman that was my girlfriend, I know the basic timeline of her life story. Yes.
As it should be.
Yes. Paul Creed said, definitely not into open relationship. Agree with Richie, willing to wait, but not too long.
Not for a year. Not for a year.
Anything, a lot can happen in a year.
Well, I mean, think about this. Most of the guys that come here are in their 50s/60s, right? A year is a year. Burning a year on a woman that you're not even 100% sure about? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, she's going to be a lot younger. She has a lot more time on her hands. But for a man, I'm good.
So I think a lot of men concurred with you. A whole year? Oh, hell no.
Yeah. And here's your answer, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Learned something today.
Yeah, I was gonna hit you up after the chat, but after the live, but Slick Rick did it.
Good looking out. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Frank Kelly said, have you guys met Smoothly? I think it's in the Philippines.
Frank, you know that Smoothly is my dude. We haven't met yet. He's out in Cebu, and they're going to Bohol and doing some stuff, but you know Smoothly is my dude. Smoothly also, and I didn't say this, but Smoothly also inspired me. Those would be my top 3 inspirations for us starting this channel. Were those 3 channels? So we haven't met up yet. I hope we do. But we will definitely meet up in the near future. That is my dude.
Yes. So Christopher Michael said, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Tiger Ronnie, Dad Bod seem okay.
I've never met somebody who said he's got to be a super oily bonk with a 6-pack and not here.
Yeah.
Not here. In fact, I met a lot of women that are afraid of a dude who's too good looking because they think
they know competition.
They know the competition is going to be tough and it's going to be hard to keep that dude. So I've heard that a lot too.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. said cocaine is hell of a drug.
Exactly. You don't know. Okay. Well, it's from Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Rick James. I'm Rick. Yeah.
Okay. I remember it now. Derek Casanari said a lot of women who ask for celibate are not virgins and often have children.
And DC, you know what? You said that, and I didn't think about that. But that's a legit point. If a woman is going to ask me to wait for a year and be celibate for a year, she has to be a virgin. She has to be a virgin. That's the only way I would even consider waiting extra longer is if she's a virgin, because I'm respecting that. But if she's not a virgin, that would be a joke. For her to even ask that would be just an absolute joke. Great point, DC. Great point.
So DC added, the woman who often ask a guy, I think it just repeated. Okay. So
but he
asked the guy to be celibate with her until marriage, are rarely virgins and often has children.
Okay. My bad.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My bad. Okay. Anyway. Okay.
Chi-Town.
Right. Chi-Town 38.
Hello from Chicago, my favorite cute couple. How are you guys? We're doing good?
Doing good. Doing real good.
Yes.
Okay.
So
we're almost at the end of this, so I think we got everybody.
Okay. Patrick Bauer said, adult content is big here. Hard to take a woman serious.
It is, bro. It is. It really is. Yep.
Mm.
Quick reminder from Slick Rick. Everybody, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You guys, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Check out our content. We got some content you're definitely going to like. We keep it real. We're not doing the whole rainbows and unicorns thing. We tell you, we try to do everything we can to prepare you guys for coming here to meeting the kind of woman you want, a quality woman where you can be in a relationship for a long time. Last 3 comments. Let's go.
Hey, Richie, I agree. Women need to keep themselves in shape as God designed them to be the jewel in our eyes and obviously our partners. As men, yes, we have to do as well, take care of our bodies to protect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how can you
Absolutely.
protect a woman if you can't even...
You can't even take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, our wives and families. Thank
Absolutely.
you. So Red Zone Herbie. Oh, you changed it.
Herbie's changing it
I'm
up,
still
right?
rocking.
All right.
Cool. So James Weatherspoon.
Morning,
Hello.
James. What's up, brother?
Good evening, good morning, Richie, Rich, and Chang. I really enjoy your content. I have about 50 videos. You and Chang are funny. You'll have me in stitches. I'd be laughing so hard. Keep up the good work. Thanks, you so
thanks,
much.
James. We appreciate you watching our videos.
Thank you.
And for all you guys, we appreciate you guys supporting us, watching our videos, commenting. That's what makes it fun for us.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoy it. I mean, the smiles that you see, the connection is legit. It's not fake. It's not an act. No. There was a time we had to put on a smile, y'all.
Yeah.
But we have a ton of fun. We have a lot of fun making our videos.
And we're not supposed to put each other on blast, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, even if things ain't going well, we ain't gonna put it out in public. Oh, we got all these problems. I'm supposed to like go make TikTok videos. Ching does this or Ching ain't doing that. Yeah, come on, man. You gotta work it out. But we have what drives us is doing this for you guys, getting the comments, having the live streams. That is the fun part of all of this for us. It makes it really fun. All right, last 3 comments. Big Boss Herb said,
keep everybody on their toes.
That's what it is. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then Slick Rick said, I hear you, Big Boss. Big Boss, we love you. We love all you guys. We appreciate you guys so much for coming out and joining our live stream. Thank you so much for the super chats, the super stickers. One real quick thing. We're going to be really pushing our membership only. We're not asking for any memberships now because there's no content up as of right now. But we're currently making content so that we for members only, and we're gonna be pushing that out and give the members only a lot more than the general public. So look for that coming real soon and in the future. You guys, thanks so much. You got anything you want?
Last one. Let's read the last
Absolutely.
comment. Okay, so Alistair said, well, recent drama blogger Pinay that got pregnant while with expat on their same roof because she wanted a child.
Boom. Because remember in our video, I told you, it happens. It happens, right? There are people here they just want to have a baby. And I'm not saying everybody, of course, but there are women here who just want to have a baby. They don't care how they get the baby. They just want to have a baby because they don't want to be alone for the rest of their life. It definitely happens. So I'm going to pay attention to that. Vlogger Panet. Do you mind saying who it was so I can? I'd like to know who it was, Alistair. What you got? What you got for me? You can hit us off the line. We got to close this. We got to close this chat up. A ton of stuff that we need to do, but definitely tell us who that was.
I know, right?
What's the chismis, right? Yeah.
But again, seriously, we would like to thank everyone who dropped in some super chats and super stickers. Thank you so much for joining us on our live stream. It's always been a fun live stream.
Getting chunky on me?
Huh?
You getting chunky?
I haven't run for 2 weeks now.
You don't weigh more than 110 pounds anyway. Yeah.
I just feel heavier when I don't run. So this is the longest live stream of
Ken, it was the longest live stream.
We're exceeded 20 minutes. Yeah.
We want to get everybody in, get the callers in, and we want to get everybody in.
Yes.
Ken, you're welcome to call. We love getting your perspective, especially from you and Foreign from out in Australia.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll get you next time. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. And anything else? Is that it?
Richard Rich. This is
all right.
Richard.
I know, but I'm just No, we're not. This is a
Yeah.
live stream.
Oh,
If
by
you
the
like
way,
this live
yeah.
stream, we got a whole bunch of other ones
live-
that are just as good, if not better. So
Yeah.
we're doing all
I know, but if just in case after this video is put up on YouTube, please do not forget to leave a comment and hit that like button because
Sure.
it will help our algorithm a lot.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That,
Thanks, Alistair. We'll check that out.
thank you.
We'll definitely check that out.
That's
All right.
chismis for us to
Yeah,
talk
it's great
about
chismis,
later.
right? It's great chismis. All right. All right, you guys. I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad.
And this is Chang.
Oh, boy, take it easy. You all right?
Yeah, I'm ready for the
Yeah.
chismis.
Oh, okay. All right. Deuces.
We're out.
Did a bit on it. Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Got it. Okay. Thanks for that, Alistair.
Chismis.
Yeah. Love you guys. Peace.